Oh, it's hello. Oh, I gotta play music. Hello. I think I played with the volume before, so let me know if that's too loud or something. Anyway. You've been electrocuted and had your arm cooked for a day. Too loud? Okay. I did play with some... Oh, you know what? I know what it was. I bet you that's about where I normally have it. I forgot, when I had the Discord going, I had to turn it up all the way so that like everybody's volume was matched with mine. That was what I did. Okay. I usually try to go where it's about half. I don't know. Anyway, hello. We're back to working on this. I don't know if it's a little loud. I can still turn it down a little bit more. Actually, what I will do is I will just turn the music down there. Put that back up a little bit. There we go. That should work pretty good. I have done a lot of work on this actually the last week because we haven't done work on this since a week before Friday, I think. And so what have I done? There's still 2 shots that you do. Actually, I'm basically done with all other shots other than the new ones we got to make. I wanted to get the boring stuff out of the way so you guys didn't have to just watch me do boring stuff. I did all the lighting updates on all of these shots. The one thing I did do was I updated the Derpy eating animation. So she's a ravenous. She's just like she's just munching on that pizza. I thought it'd be funny if like the pizza actually like was coming to her mouth. So that's all done. The Derpy in the trash is all done. I might brighten it a little bit, but I kind of like that dark background with the blue and the red, so I might keep that. Let's see here. The Chuck E. Cheese sign, I did do... we'll go back to that one. I did do some updates on that one. This one, I redid the lighting a little bit. This one, I thought it'd be funny if like, because they were like running at the building and shooting, that if they just literally had bullets coming from all directions while they're running up there. Nobody's visible. We don't want to crush the Derpies. But yeah, I thought it'd be funny for that. I also darkened or made it so that the lighting is a little bit like shadow heavier on a lot of these shots. I did realize that that's probably a lighting error right there, but I'll look at that later. But because I darkened it, I need the sign to pop up, so I added this like little like light here to show at the building, with the intent of it gives better focus to that thing and then makes the other blaster bolts stand out more. I liked the addition. Yeah, this still gets hit. I did. It makes sense that it's behind, kind of. So technically, I think I still need to update the lighting a little bit there. The sun is hitting the ground, which is covered with snow. That snow is going to bounce all the light back. Therefore, you would have long shadows, kind of. It really depends. I thought it looked better and it helped things stand out more, so I'm gonna okay with it. But in reality, no, probably not. Actually, the snow is just gonna make everything glow. I added a couple different versions of the explosion that are retimed ever so slightly here, so that because once it hit, like the explosion kind of. See if I can copy it. Yeah, it was basically this before, where there was an explosion. Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was this one. But then, like, you could see through it, like right away. It looked like more like a party trick than a real explosion. Well, technically, a real explosion would not have that much fire. Tom Scott actually did a video on that probably a while ago, but it was pretty interesting. But to make it look more realistic, I took the same explosion. I just told it to take longer to slow it down. And so it's just, they explode at the same time, but one just lasts longer and a little bit slower. And so it still has that immediate impact, but then just kind of gives that feeling that it keeps going. And as long as you can still see that this is like the whatever, we're fine. The shake, I can't really do that in post. Bless me. I can't do that in post because if I do that in post, I would need to have it much wider and I lose quality. So Michael will be popping up. He's just eating dinner. What else did I do? I redid the lighting on this shot a bit. This is a little bright, so I'm gonna go back on that. I better balanced all the lighting and made it so that it was more light coming from them. The only thing I don't really like about it is this Derpy, for being in a shaded area, is still very bright. There's really not much I can do about that, though, because the lighting's not all coming from one direction. Well, I might be able to do something about it, but it'd be really weird. I'll play with it later. But yeah, I did all that. I kind of redid the lighting for the guys in the background. I did a lot of the snow ones over again. The descent, I didn't touch that. These guys I didn't touch, though I do still have to go in there because their lasers are still desynced. I have to sync them up. Didn't touch that one, didn't touch that one. I did spend the most amount of time on this one. Laser bolts suck. To make everything work correctly, I had to add a lot of custom bolts. Yeah, it's like 5 hours there, but the purpose of it was that now all the Derpy's laser bolts do not come through the door at the beginning. They all come through at the right time, and they are all actually coming out of her gun instead of like where before it would swing because it was locked to her gun. Now they're all actually coming straight out. So the main purpose of that being motion blur now won't just smear it across. It'll actually be a straight line. And plus there's a lot more lasers. The back couple aren't actually shooting, but it's because at that point I'm like, I have enough. But it looks so much nicer with them actually shooting like correctly. So I did also do a few adjustments for timing and stuff just to get them through the door correct. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, and cheers on the boost. I didn't actually do that. And then the only other one I did, well, those we'll get to in a minute. You can kind of see what I did. I did some of the, did I do some of the shading while you guys were here? Yeah, I think I added some like the artificial shadows around, but the main thing was I just added some like smoke coming out of the back here because it made it look like they just crashed it and it's on fire or something. Wait, no, I think you guys... Yeah, you guys were here when I did the smoke. Yeah, okay. So I think that's it. Oh, I did expand that out a little bit then too. But otherwise, after the Derpys are stuck, I needed to retime the Jedi walking in part because of how my plan to wanted to do stuff. And then I thought we'd have a little bit more fun with it. So the Jedi thing walks in, but I had to like time it so that the tail isn't showing by the end of the shot because otherwise it gives away. I mean, people are going to know who it is anyway. But I decided we're going to have 3 Derpys. I redid a little bit of lighting and stuff around them too. Here, so. But audio wise then it allowed me to, because originally I cut it here, but then I didn't know what to do for this little bit. These are where the audio cuts are. This little bit is a lead up while the rest of it's the wind down. And I didn't know how to do the lead up with the Jedi. Or without the Jedi. So I did it with, so the audio then just does this. Yeah. So that's what I said. It's a lead up, and then the rest it goes dun 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 dun. These are where all the Derpys are going to live over. So this is where we're at now. So actually, other than just redoing the laser bits here and cleaning up some of the lighting and stuff on these. We're mostly almost all full caught up, so it's pretty nice. Anyway, so we need some shots of derpies. I think we don't have enough. So I'm going to cut this one right here because we've already got all the derpies in the other shot. So cut the audio, cut the lights. There we go. Okay. So the idea here is that the Jedi, as things walked in, I want all the derpies looking over. Audio wise, let me figure out. Hello.
Oh.
They were wondering where you were.
I'm guessing because you're boring or something?
Shut up. I was just showing all the new stuff, and now you don't get to see all the derpies.
I want to see all the derpies.
You don't get to see all the derpies.
There's no derpies.
There's no derpies. See, like there's no derpies.
No, I saw derpy.
She exploded.
If you exploded any derpies, I'm going to be very upset.
No, it did. We got 3 Jedis now.
Yes, I see the Jedis.
All these derpies are correctly shooting lasers.
Oh, look at that. That's very fancy.
That's 300 individually done lasers. Well, not individual. It was. I did it in groups, but it was like all the animation was the same in some way with all of them. So I had to like do it all and then try to retime it and figure out what the timing was for each one, which actually took a while. It was, yeah, it was stupid annoying. But we did. I added some more stuff here so that it's like it's different lighting. But and look at. I'm
trying to process the current request. Oh, wow. Nice.
I thought that was funny. And I was thinking, maybe I can put little blaster bolts hitting the building. I'm like, that implies they hit it.
Yeah, they should never hit it. Stormtrooper derpies.
Yeah, they didn't. That was all that fire. The
only reason they were going to win this is because they messed up and shot their own ship out of the sky.
Mm-hmm. It's all new.
I feel... This feels like a strange request, but I suppose you paid the points. Help! He's eating me. He's got like gums for teeth because he's so old, but it's more of it's bad. He's unhinging his jaw. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, definitely not great. Help!
Oh my god! I'm eating.
It's bad.
I feel like you probably wouldn't say anything because it would be like a teddygram.
Yeah.
You start with the head.
So that's how you're planning on doing it, huh?
Well, there's no pain for you.
What? You just chomp down?
I don't know.
That's some good, strong jaws.
No, thank you.
Bite my head off.
I think it's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got to do follow-up, so we got to do all the derpies looking over.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, and did you saw the derpies eating pizza?
Oh, I thought that was going to be after the Jedi showed up.
No, you saw this one before.
Yeah.
I kind of showed you, but eating the pizza.
Because I like the idea of a bunch of derpies like hiding. But then that derpy is just like, no, I'm not hiding. I'm eating my pizza.
Well, I want them to kind of like be doing a thing and churning to look and being like, oh, because they're stupid.
Well, they'd be frightened because Jedis are scary.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't want them being too scary. But I do want to do some under a table. I like that.
Under a table. I want one hiding inside the little plush machine.
Oh, now I feel like the one in the trash can is kind of already like wasted.
You can move it.
I could. No, because it looks like she's trying to get out. Where I think we could do it where you can see her little head poking out.
You could have her come out and then immediately want to jump back in.
No, I am dealing with shots that are actually going to be half a second.
Yeah.
So my thought is,
Hey, Silver.
it's a little Silver.
He's eating. Argo's eating me. And no, Argo's eating her, and next she'll eat me. Oh my god.
I bet you these.
That's the only thing that does that movie. I'm gonna drink some Robitussin.
What I wish that these had is, yeah, it's not
Like a flap on the other side.
well, I wish they just had, let me see. It could be that there's something here. Nope. The hope was that this can open, or that this was like a lid, something that could, you push to throw your trash away, because then you could have it where they like lift the lid and they're just looking out like scared and they're in the trash can.
That would be cute.
But it's kind of doable, but it would actually be a lot of work. You could do one with them kind of in there, and then one with it normal, and then like mask it out.
If you wait a day, I could make that model store openable pretty quick.
It's not
in Blender.
It's not that it's about openable. The
inside.
This is not. It is not. You would have to like fully retexture all the edges, separate them, add it.
I don't think so.
No, because there's no texture.
It's green.
No, there's no texture, because as soon as this opens and it separates, now you have faces that just were created, new faces. They're not mapped.
Now those faces are probably there.
No, this isn't meant to open at all. It's meant to just have a hole, and it's meant to open here. This trash can is just a recycling bin.
Oh.
I just shoved her through the texture because I didn't care. Derpy can get stuck in she got stuck in the little hole. So this is not meant to open at all.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I could make it work.
No, you can make it work, but it would be more work than you thought.
Isn't that everything I do?
Yeah, it is. No, I don't.
I'm expecting it.
If you can get it done in like 3 days.
I can get it done tonight.
No, you're not.
Believe in me. Believe in my ability to
You're going to have a bunch of drinks. You're going to have a bunch of drinks. And then you're going to be tired, and it's going to be like 10. You're going to be like,
tired.
I'm tired. Yeah, there's that. It's kind of part of being old. So
just throw me
we can leave a placeholder for it.
Oh, I'm sorry if I spray you. I'm going to try not to spray you. Okay, that's fine.
I keep hitting the wrong one. There we go.
Whoops. Joking. I'm joking. I was kidding.
I'm gonna kill that man.
Just be careful.
Cheers wants it at least at the dehydrator.
I might put you in the dryer by accident.
And cheers on the water.
I said, if you're not careful, I'll accidentally put you in the dryer.
Accidentally, I'm going to do it on purpose, bitch. Cheers, Shelly.
I made a bunch of wine, and the wine is terrifying because white carpet is in here. But I am being very careful.
I was carrying one of the glasses of wine down the stairs one time, and I was trying to run back, so I was just skipping steps, and I'm like, I know I'm really good at doing that, and I'm not worried, but like if I tripped, oh boy, that's a full glass of wine.
You're gonna need a club soda.
No, that would have been all the way to the podcast setup. Like, only time I've ever really messed up, like doing doubles on the stairs was, I don't know what it was, but I ended up stepping on my toe. My toe went underneath my foot with all of my weight on a second step, and it sounded like the gunshot going off, and I face planted all the way down screaming. Oh, that hurt.
I fell down a lot of steps as a kid. But I never did the whole toe thing. That sounds awful.
Okay, I just want to do that.
Broken my baby toe, the little one on my right foot, a couple times, but not the big toe. Did you like proper break the big toe?
No, I popped it out of its socket.
Ooh.
And it popped right back in, but that I walked with like a limp for like 2 weeks. It was just puffy and bruised. If I broke it, I could have fractured it or something, but toes are one of those things of that you just kind of got to let it do its thing.
Yeah, you can like tape them up.
Choose one it again.
But I mean, if all it did was pop out of the socket back in.
I forgot actually I say what it was I'm drinking. This one I'm drinking one of the LSDs, the lavender. Here. What are these ones? The indie company lavender, sunflower, honey, and dates. It's really good. It's interesting, but it's good. I do enjoy it.
And I'm drinking blackcurrant wine sweetened with honey.
Yeah, see, so he's drinking.
I bottle it myself.
It's ribbed.
Oh my. Yeah, I try to do the odd bottles first. That's one of the odd ones. I like that bottle, but it doesn't fit anywhere.
It's just juice does work better, but I wanted an excuse to eat more than one donut at a time. All right, so okay, we need to do some Derpies looking over. I'm thinking the best way to do this is to use this table and have it like because the idea. See, I know that the entrance is over there. But the viewer doesn't, so I can really go from anywhere. Mm-hmm. But being that this room it can be kind of determined that it's a dead end, and people that know this building are also going to know it's a dead end. Mm-hmm. It would be better to just treat it like the entrance is over there in that general direction.
Yeah.
So,
something your mom would drink. Your drink is girly. They said there is a man on it with sunglasses and a beard.
Something your mom would drink homemade wine.
No, I think he's talking about your drink.
Mine? LSD?
Because it's got like flowers on it.
It looks like a girly drink. No, it's a beer. It's lavender, sunflower, honey, date, honey ale. It's actually it's themed like hippies. It's
got a hippie thing, yeah.
It's got I would say that the biggest flavor in it is floral. There's a lot of lavender to it, but not in. They don't really like it, but I do. Followed kind of by a little bit of a fruity malt, and then there's a honey back end. It's very smooth. That's why I like it, and it's very light. There's drinks that you can like enjoy, but if you have like more than one of it, you're kind of like, I'm done. This is one of those ones that I could just drink 4 or 5 in a row and be fine. Well, I probably would be fine, but at least I wouldn't feel sick or anything.
Like if my mom was to pick between one of the 2 drinks we're having, she'd want this because it's a very sweet wine.
That is not. It's almost more juice than wine.
I think some of the bottles are worse than others. I know one of the bottles I didn't even bother sweetening with the honey because I was just like, yeah, this is plenty sweet. This is like, which has actually pushed me to increase my fermentation time to try to reduce the sweetness a bit. Increase the alcohol content.
We're actually going to do some of the derpies from here. I kind of wanted to do it here, but if I do that is a lot of derpies that I have to make look a single direction. That means not copy pasting animation. They all have to look that way.
Can one derpy fall over while trying to look?
No, this is the first shot. I can't do something really stupid on the first shot. I have to provide context for what I'm doing forward. So usually the first 2 should be not funny. And then I can start going into stupid. Otherwise, if I go right into stupid, it kind of loses track of what am I trying to show people? I'm trying to show them that the derpies are looking over and have attention drawn. So I did that. I saw the stupid face. I'll get to it in 1 sec here. For like Lyra Fatale, I did that a little bit. Because there's.
I feel like you're already well into stupid territory, though.
Oh wow, yeah, I can do that. Oh yeah, here like they're doing the run thing. So like I didn't do the stupid until the end because I needed to show like, oh, this is a montage of weird things. Oh, look, they're all running. I get what's going on. Then the fact that somebody's drinking is funnier because wait, everybody's running, but they're just drinking. If I did that first, now I'm showing it. I'm presenting different information. Now I'm presenting like it's party time or something. So you have to provide expectations. There's so many reused horses in this shot. Like there's my OC and there is that Carrot Top?
Carrot Top.
This one. This Carrot Top. So she's there. Immediately here again.
Mm-hmm.
There's Charlie. Oh yeah, if I remember right,
that pony is.
I think it's just a no-name one, but I think we purposely did this shot to have Charlie in the background because there's a kid screaming and crying and the teacher's running away.
Just screw this, I'm out. I ain't your parent.
But yeah.
Very different from the Cheerly I've read. The fanfic I'm reading right now, she cries every time a kid's in trouble.
I mean, that's how it is in the show too. Ponies duplicated everywhere. Well, they'll duplicate them throughout different scenes, but they're literally the same pony, like jumping around. As long as they're kind of blurred in the background, I don't know.
Season one could have like 3 Lyras in one shot. You can have your dupe.
Well, see, if you have a large group, I reuse ponies all the time because you hit at least in SFM you hit a resource limit. So the only way to do that is to reuse the same model and just maybe recolor it or something. I was actually trying to do that for I had a shot was trying to do like a Coliseum thing and have people up in the audience, and I was actually using the KP Shadow Squirrel models. Yeah. Like super old ones because they were the lowest amount of use on memory. And when they're that far away, you can't tell the difference.
Right.
But then you just have all of them like freaking out and doing whatever. Doing the Derpy thing. Oh, they're not animated here. Oh, they probably are, but I just want to move the camera here so I know what I'm walking with. Let me see. I probably want a 50, and that's what we're working. Because we're at head level, so I probably want to do it like this. So we're gonna have this Derby is the main focus, right there, and they'll turn over the shoulder. This one will turn. This one will kind of look too, and I'll probably, I'll just do it right now because it's one of the highlights of my day. And then we'll just go to these Derpies and delete them.
No.
Say goodbye to Derpies, Michael.
Why would you do this? I don't see the reason.
And they don't want to be deleted.
Your computer can suffer. The Derpy shouldn't have to suffer because your computer is not good.
No, it's because SFM has no idea what to do with hardware.
All you have to do is transfer every single model with all their flex animations over into Source 2 that you ever want to use.
I can't tell you. Yeah, I guess I'll do it there.
You have unlimited time, right?
Or no. Okay, yeah, I can delete those.
Yeah, stroll up to Gabe.
See, Michael. See, if I all I have to do is hit this delete button, and then there's boop. Look at you can even see like, did they have other friends? They're even pointing over there, like, what happened to the other Derpies?
Where did my Derpies go?
Where are their Derpies?
They left the pizza behind.
They became pizza.
No, that's what happens. It's like some sort of horror.
They became pizza, and then they're like, yay. What that Derpy's not.
What was that Little Nightmares where the previous guests became food for the next set of guests?
What Nightmares?
Little Nightmares. The video game.
I never finished it.
Yeah, I've never played it. I just know.
Okay. Anyway, stupid face. I'm actually gonna try to keep some centralized. I'm gonna go to the larger shot. Stupid face. I actually cleared the file out of stupid face. I saved it as a separate file, but I cleared it out so that we have a little bit more memory to work with. What are we gonna do for stupid face? Well, that was Fidget. Mm-hmm. So Fidget, do you want Bat Pwn? Because I know you mentioned some before.
You need to get a Flutter Bat already. You don't have one. Clearly would be useful. Have some wine.
I drink through this really fast.
You did.
It's so smooth. I would, but it's like weird in a beer glass, so I'm gonna let it sink and hopefully get some more. And if it, do you have a preference? Otherwise, I can load up a bat pawn. I think we did a check. There's not that many bat pawns out there. Let's do a mod.
What about Dinky? She's great. She's Derpy's little muffin.
Dinky?
Yeah. No, somebody in chat was asking, what about Dinky?
Dinky's one of those, like, it's like if you named your kid Little Muffin. Like, in real life. Like, it feels like you named your kid a kid name, and now when they grow up, they got to deal with it.
They all get named after weird stuff. Freaking Rainbow's name is Rainbow.
Yeah, but at least it works when she's grown up.
You only say that because you've only ever known her grown up.
Why is this... Something's goofy here, and I'm going to restart. It's not giving me the correct ups and downs of these.
I've always been a big fan of Mama Derpy. Like, Dinky, my headcanon is that it's...
I'm feeling a little evil and say burn Derpy. I mean...
Don't burn Derpy.
No, that's what they want.
No.
See, they want me to eat you.
They don't want to burn Derpy. They want me to suffer. I know what this game is. I know what you all are doing. Trying to make me cry. Well, I won't cry. I won't cry. What the heck? Oh, it's like Mon's tail or something.
No, it's her. I'm probably in her head. All right, so I guess we'll delete mod. Instead,
mod.
Well, you know what's really convenient is that we have to burn Derpies. Guess what?
Mm.
Oh, they can't. They're too protected right now.
Me, who knows about Pipsqueak? Pipsqueak is a small horse, yes. Has a British accent, even though well, the only thing that makes sense is, well, Octavia doesn't live in Ponyville. I think it's implied she lives in Canterlot.
I think Derpy just lives
British
in the sewers.
Accents. No, she lives under the desk.
Does Ponyville have a sewer system?
No, we brought this up before. It's got outhouses.
Yeah, it can't. Well, it's all dirt. Like, I think that if they would pave roads before they put in a sewer.
Yeah, there's no sewage system. It's outhouses, and they bury their shit. It's a terrible place to live.
It's one of my favorite anthology shorts was Brainstorm Alex, I believe.
Yeah.
With the ponies, I was like, where is all the poop? like there should be poop everywhere. We're horses, and like they're just like the existential crisis of like, why is there no poop?
Where is
it? It's
poop clean.
Was that? I feel like I'm going to be worried doing the search for this, but okay. Brainstorm Alex poop. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for.
That's a picture of a butt. That's a big pile of poop. I saw all the things. I've seen too much.
I was looking for MLP. There we go. Nope. Okay, we're getting a fetish territory there. So okay.
See Nightmare.
I thought it was Brainstorm Alex that did that one.
I think you're right. It probably was, but it might only be in the anthology.
Or the word poop is not in the search criteria. I can't remember. Anyway. All right. So we got to burn all these Derpies.
You don't have to. You can choose.
I don't have to. I love to.
Derpy ghost facts. You want a Derpy ghost fact? Let's see. Derpy, when she becomes a ghost after living a happy, healthy, long life as a happy little horse, she will be the best, most boopable ghost in all of Equestria.
How do you boop a ghost?
You got to become a ghost.
I feel like
die to boop.
Michael, I'm Derpy. Boop me, and you're like, oh, And you're like just passing right through, like I can't because I'm a ghost, and you would just immediately like grab a gun.
She'd be like, quick, over here, stick your finger in this light socket, and then you'll be able to move. Yay!
Yeah, this is why you should never do LSD.
You have to watch me carefully.
Yeah, but I have to tie you down. Like, no, she says put it in the socket. I gotta go.
You just see me over there licking a light or plug in the wall.
No, like, and I'm not even kidding. That actually scares me. Like, if you just got so cronked that you are just there freaking out.
I wouldn't freak out.
No, freaking out because you need to, like, go off yourself for Derpy.
Yes.
Derpy says he doesn't like you.
Yes, it's like, I can see her. She's real. For the first time, all I had to do was get incredibly high. The one over here doing LSD. All I got is wine. Oh, look at all that purple.
That's a bad bomb. These particles are so old.
I will follow Derpy to hell. Yes.
I swear these the Gary's bombs that I downloaded, I think are from like 2013.
They're just broken.
They're like 10 years old. There's over time I've changed so many textures and done so much crap that I can't remember anything. Try that one.
Double hydrate.
Yep. Choose water.
That was Adam.
It's not. Oh, okay. It is upstairs. Choose Matt as well. Choose Jelly too.
Like, you have to use the restroom soon. No, you
usually don't drink enough water, so this actually helps.
You have an amazing bladder. I'll drink like a small cup of like water from a paper cup, and I'll have to use the restroom.
It's
within the hour.
No, again, it's because I'm horribly dehydrated at all times. So it's usually I don't have to go for a while because my body's like, oh, I get to drink water, and then eventually it's just like, oh crap, and then as soon as that starts,
I drink at least 3 bottled waters at work during the day.
Oh, I try to drink through this entire thing. Sometimes I'll get through it. Sometimes if I'm constantly keeping an eye on it, I'll drink it 2. But like today, I didn't sleep well last couple nights, and so I had been like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So like I ended up having an energy drink at work just so I could focus because it was this crazy day at work with like requests. So I had to actually think. Oh my God! Are all of them broken?
It just doesn't want you to blow up Derpy, so just making like her have pretty purple square time. Pretty purple square time. Derpies love it.
Maybe that's what I can do with the walls. In here, we'll just make it look like if you were to come in here and all the walls were like purple and black checkered boxes.
How long that would freaking take?
It would take a while.
Yes, be funny.
But
it would be funny.
It's one of those things of like, because I have like the little 3D printed errors things, and it actually like if I work on SFM for a while or if I'm working with a lot of those errors, like it is weird on my brain seeing all the little errors, and so I think it'd be weird to like the whole room is just missing textures. That is kind of neat, but it would be a lot of work. Oh God, a lot of work.
You got a bunch of like
it would be a lot of work, but also kind of expensive. If you painted it,
yeah,
maybe, but trying to accurately do that would be really...
No, it'd be easy. You just get some construction paper, cut a bunch of squares, the exact same size, all of them, tape them all to the wall, just paint over them.
But you would have to make sure that they're all perfectly level.
You just line up the tips of each of the squares.
But first you have to paint the whole room one color.
Yeah.
Then you would have to go through and do it the next color.
Yeah, after you put all the construction.
That would still be a lot of work.
It would be a lot of work, but it wouldn't be crazy. I'm not saying run out.
No, I'm not doing it because that sounds like a horrible idea.
I'd have to leave this room occasionally.
If the whole room was that except one wall.
It's like that's the one wall without the texture.
That would actually be pretty funny. I do got to do some stuff back there. I want to put a light behind that TV. I need to actually have full lights around the room. I still need to put up, but it's just there's a lot of work for that. We have I have other things that are a bigger priority. Anyway,
you could just you could just hold green screen.
You can cheap projector and make a video of the texture, project the video across the room. Yes and no. A cheap projector is normally cheap. Like if you don't have, you would have to have no other light and only that, then it would kind of work, but anything in the way, it would hit that instead. Having it where the TV is okay, but the texture, I mean, if you really did projected it just right and you didn't move it, you could actually cut any objects out of the projection and then it would work, but you wouldn't see behind it that motor. All right, we're gonna try a couple more bombs because we need to blow the derpies up. There's like Fat Man and Little Boy, but those are too big. Thermite's not big enough. Czar Bomba, I'm pretty sure that's big.
Try. Probably broken.
Probably just broken. Okay. This is Czar Bomba. Da 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 Bomba.
Czar Bomba. Czar Bomba.
Where are you? There you are.
Derpy's absorbed it.
Okay.
Too powerful. And nothing. Can't hurt the derpies. Yep.
Oh, no.
Just smoke. Derpies is smoking is bad.
I'm pretty sure this one is meant to be just stupidly big. I mean, it's supposed to be miles across. Because of styrofoam from the dollar store. Oh, for actually doing some cheap styrofoam and stuff for like where you paint that and then like kind of foam the walls. You can get some actually really cool designs and stuff.
Good. I don't know that this room has much in the way of echo. It'd be necessary like foam up the walls.
I do want to a little bit. Mainly because with the TV there, you don't hear much echo, but there's always echo. It's because we have a room back there around the corner that can, or like a closet that can pick up some of the audio that's reverberating in that direction, and the carpet, and then it's not a full corner over there. That helps, but I do want to. I have stuff to put up. I want to figure out what I want to do with the walls first.
You need to put up all those horse pictures you got.
I do have most of them. I put in my room.
You need to just get all the plushies that you got in there all the ponies he doesn't want to bring out, and just start putting them.
I haven't figured out what I want to do with all the plushes. I have a ton of them.
Like a whole wall over there that's not doing anything.
I know, but shelves in a room like this are going to be heavy shadows. Like for how I want to do things, I feel like if I put up shelves, it's just going to be darkness in the corner when I'm trying to keep it brighter.
Ponies light up every room they're in.
Yeah, if you shove a light bulb up their ass.
That is an option.
Ooh, that works. Just got to figure out which.
Ooh, it's all purple.
I feel like this is a. Oh my god.
That is a lot of different things.
Oh my god. Why?
Somebody was very particular. And to have the explosion just right, and you broke it.
It's repeating. It's why?
Purple time. Purple derps.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna go load up. I believe I have a different G-bombs. I take a pleasure. I have like 3 boxes, like or 3 large like bins full.
And they're just all trapped in there, all sad.
Well, before I had a closet that had a bunch of shelves in there, and I didn't have that much stuff, so there was just literally plushy shelves. But now I just haven't figured out what I want to do.
You have the whole house to put stuff in. I figured out.
Well, like the main room is already kind of full. Like full enough. There's a lot of space down here, but also like kinda. But I am again. I don't want to do something in a space and then decide something else and then be stuck. So I decide nothing.
Well, those chocolates, those Christmas chocolates on the mantle. One of them disappeared. I noticed today.
Well, because I know I mentioned to Adam, I'm like, "Hey, are those chocolates?" He goes, "Yeah, they are." And then yesterday he ate an entire one.
Yeah, he did.
The thing's like half a pound of chocolate.
Yeah.
Or a full pound of chocolate. I don't know, but he says he regretted it.
I liked the penguin. Now it's dead.
I'm still in the middle of the wants to it face. I'll mix it in here.
Had to make my penguin friend.
Okay. This is some other explosions.
Explosion.
And I believe these work better.
You need a mega mean model if you're gonna make big explosions. Oh, that is proper exploded.
What happened to Derpies?
They're getting derpy.
What happened to
tans.
Derpies?
They're getting derpy tans. They're fine. Look, they're explosion proof. Wait. You did this.
They exploded, Michael! They're gone!
No. The derpies, they must have flown away.
See, if I put it in reverse, they pop back up. See?
Yeah. Oh, that one was inside that one.
See, they're back. But then it's like kaboom, and then like, what happened? Like, oh, they're gone.
They teleported at the last second. You didn't see. Back.
See, they're fine. They're fine. This is when the death is impending.
Happy derpies.
Oh, this one is like a shockwave.
Pretty.
Actually, that's pretty cool.
I think I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe.
Wow, that is actually like, I love that shockwave that actually comes off. I don't know if I ever really looked at that one.
It's a good explosion.
It might be a little strong, or it should fade out a little faster. Because if that's supposed to be like an air bubble move, well, no, I guess
it happens so fast.
Yeah. All right. Let's move it down a little bit.
I'll take your plushies off your hands so you don't have to worry about it. No. I like those plushies. They're cute. I want him to like just start decorating all the walls with plushies. Just start hanging them from strings. From the ceiling. And then we just have to like bat plushies out of the way as we walk through the house.
I spell Mega Mean.
Mega Man. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of Mega Man.
No.
Mega Hand.
There's
There
Mega
she
Man.
is. I'd be worried about this model.
If it's on the workshop, it can't be.
Okay, good. People are weird.
No, that's SFM Labs would not exist if it wasn't for restrictions on the actual thing.
This is good.
Explosion! If anybody doesn't know who Mega Mean is, you gotta watch Konosuba.
I still haven't watched the whole series. I've seen a lot of it, but not the whole thing.
You don't really need to watch it in order. Does she have a staff?
She might be turning on and off. She should have her staff. Be sad if she didn't have her staff. It's like part of the costume.
Wow.
Gotta make sure that cape flows.
I mean, that's cool, but at the same point, like, ugh.
Probably worked better in Gmod.
Explosion! Where's the staff though?
Is it not something you can turn on and off?
No, like, you turn on and off her eye patch and her hat and her mantle. That's it.
No staff.
No staff. But
Yeah.
hold on.
Agreeing. It does include the staff. Well, that's a much better model.
This one includes the staff, so I'll go with that one. This one crashed. The other one I feel like it looked more cartoonish, but based on that picture, it's probably just based on the type of lighting that you're using.
No, she's gonna teleport the derpies. It's just gonna look like an explosion.
Michael, do you know how the character works in any way?
Yeah, derpies teleport away. They can't be.
So you said she teleports them away.
Yes.
She can't. She knows one spell, and that's explosion.
Yes, but the explosion teleports small horses away. It's on the fine print of her explosions. Small ponies are teleported away by her explosions, so they're not hurt. She likes ponies. Because she doesn't like ponies. Maybe it's broke forever.
I knew I'd get his attention. She can only explosion once a day. I like the context of that. She can't use explosion, just only explosion.
Tell me that Megami wouldn't have like part of her spell that teleports cute things away so that they don't get hurt. Like this is part of the spell. Only big ugly monsters get exploded.
I think it just like completely kaput.
Okay, well that's...
Yeah, it just literally like Megumin exploded my Steam.
That's it, guys. Source filmmakers broke forever. No more Ogodamon. That's how it ends.
Oh yeah, I don't care about I don't give a shit, Microsoft. We're gonna double check how it crashed so we can sell that information to third parties.
Yeah. Guys, I'm drinking juicy juice. That kind of got me a little tipsy off one glass.
Well, I think this is only 5.5 that I had. Oh, yeah, that's a 7.2. That's a dangerous 7.2, though.
I'd say that's probably pretty close.
Your juicy juice?
Yeah, it's probably like some 7.8. Trying to get it higher.
A Nayslayer. Oh, I get it.
I'm gonna wait till 7, but it's close enough.
Which came first? Actually. So this one was last updated 2017. Ah, okay. So the other one is easy. Because it looked like one was better, but like... Oh, I probably should have. Oh, it didn't. Whatever. I didn't actually tell it to undo.
Phone at 8%. Sounds like you're getting ready to leave us.
Oh no!
On your phone, or you got to plug it in. My newer phone charges real fast with the C plug, but my older one still has the micro, and it charges so slow it hurts.
How was the overnight charging?
Overnight charging?
Last night.
Oh, where I left it on the countertop. It didn't charge great.
Yeah, like I go to take a shower and I'm like, is this phone ringing from the table? Was it your alarm?
No, I was looking for it, so I called my phone from my other phone.
And you still couldn't find it?
No, I found it. It was on the countertop.
Because it rang for a while.
Well, it's not super long. I realized pretty quick it wasn't.
How did you lose it in the middle of an empty table?
Because I didn't think it would be there.
I saw it like the night before I went to bed. I'm like, yeah, but if I move it, he's gonna really be lost. So I'm just gonna leave it. They did not name their model here, and that is not the version that I got through this. I'm wondering if I didn't
unsubscribe and then resubscribe.
I might have to, unless they didn't name it Megumin. But if that's the case, like,
it's Jiggle Bones.
No, I might have not selected it at the beginning for install. First world problems. You can't find your phone, so you use your other phone to find it.
Yes, that's what the purpose of landlines.
See, it didn't ask me that time. Did I hit yes on the messages last time?
Did you lose those two models?
Oh, there it goes. Oh, okay.
Oh, don't lose it. Okay.
Now I can get it.
Upper, lower. I have my personal phone and I have a phone that work provides for me. That's the only reason I have two phones.
At work, a lot of people in our department have work phones, and I'm one of the few people that doesn't, and they're all like, "You're fucking lucky." They just all the security and the needs and all these other things and the problems they're having with them. Like it's just I don't want a work phone.
I mostly just use it like customers call me, but I'm an old man, so when customers call me, I very much prefer that they call the landline.
Okay.
I'm actually a little annoyed when my cell phone goes off and the landline doesn't, because it means they contacted my cell phone directly. I'm an old man. I like the landline.
Okay, so she's. Maybe. It's got rigged.
Daddy, dance.
She's is doing the explosion dance. Okay.
She didn't come with her own rig.
No, but it's because when I looked at the naming of her bones, it said valve biped, and that usually means that it's a very standard structure. So I just tried the rig simple, and it worked. All right. What hand does she use for staff? I'm just gonna.
What is your favorite foods? Alcohol. It's a favorite food, right?
What is my favorite food?
Probably something I never cook, and now I'll have to.
I think one of my favorite foods is the hot dish I make. I just really like that.
It is good. It's a lot of carbs and meat. It's hard.
It's a lot of carbs, but
well, no, I'm not saying that.
No, it's like
I like carbs.
It's like one of the ladies at work. She's like, she brought a cinnamon roll to work, and she goes, "You know that cinnamon roll is 800 calories?" I'm like, "That's a high flavor score."
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it works.
A food. You alcoholic. Ouch. I don't know, man. I got cherries in there. You got this has like black currant. I'm just figuring out what the heck that even is. I didn't know what black currant was before booze. Now I do, and it tastes delicious. So, does food stop being food when you grind it into a liquid?
No, it's just a drink.
Suppose. Favorite food. I like a lot of Asian food.
Yeah, if I had to pick a type of food, I love like rice dishes. Like if you were to give me like a General Tso's or a Kung Pao, or I mean that's you can say a lot of it from the American side, but we do go to some other places. I love curry too. I could have rice dishes, like international rice dishes all day.
Yeah. Pretty much any kind of food made in the Eastern Hemisphere is pretty good. Like India.
I'm not even caring about details on this. We're just gonna she's gonna break some fingers.
Japanese. It's all good. It had a lot more spices to work with than a lot of Western cultures did. So Western cultured food is kind of boring. I don't know. Got salt and pepper on it.
Okay.
A white rice with some grilled peppers and onions. That is good.
Pretty sure that's kind of bent weird, but I don't care. All right, so this hand's gonna lock to the staff, and now, she got staff. She won't be like explosion, except for like. Apparently, I can make her go farther than her hand. Okay, so she's going to explosion. Okay, can I make her? Does she have a mouth? She does.
Grr.
Explosion! Explosion! Oh.
Oh, wow, that's a heck of a blink.
What is this? Why does this exist? like, hello, Michael.
Yeah.
Do you like
no
explosion?
Jeez. Absolutely terrible.
I get it. I didn't go all the way. Okay, just don't go. Don't half-ass it.
Don't half-ass it, and you're fine. That's terrifying.
There, it's coming back.
Happy.
It smiles. Oh, this
is how this turns into an anime channel.
Actually, the only thing that this would need is if there was a flex to just make the mouth a little wider.
Yeah.
Lip syncing would be actually really easy. That's from an anime perspective, because all you need for talking is open shut, some kind of way to get the mouth in and out. It'd just be nicer to go a little wider, and some way to show the teeth. That's all you actually need for talking. This model actually can be fully lip synced, like nice lip syncing.
Do tend to kind of fun in the lip syncing.
So, no, I mean, like I could do explosion really quick. So,
when you think about it, kind of makes sense because they tend to translate anime into a lot of different languages. So lip syncing is wasted on like 95% of the audience that watches it.
The pucker looks like it opens the mouth, which is a little rough. I wish it didn't do that. And there's no way to shut it. So that kind of sucks. Because I can't... I just do like this. And then we just go to the not bite. This might be a little slow, but
My stomach always throws such a fit sitting here. After I've had a couple drinks.
So we'll probably got to speed this up a little bit, but it's just like explosion. Oh, there, see,
Works.
we'll probably have to go quicker.
It's a little rough, but it works.
It's quick. Yeah, well, like there, that'd probably be better. It's just pucker shouldn't open the mouth. That's weird. All right. So she's gonna we're gonna do like a super quick. She got pseudo dance.
Doodle dance. Dance. Oh no.
For front butt.
Oh no. Happy.
All right. So, all right. Where did she saying it feels? Okay, so then she's like super excited. She gotta be like all like doing like anime stuff with her hands too, like.
So she casts the explode spell.
Actually, this hand will just kind of like move over here. This hand doesn't do anything during explosions.
The fact that it's not doing anything is even more distracting.
Okay, and then she got to do like some wavy magic stuff.
Seems legit.
Okay, and then she's like,
she better fall down too. Giz makes a good point.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. There.
she's tired.
Okay.
You can almost forget that you're trying to explode a bunch of derpies.
Oh no, I remember that. That's what I'm doing right now. I haven't heard their wails.
No wailing. Derpies don't even know what whales are. I've never met one.
Okay, I think that she might be a little close to that.
She get caught up in her own explosion. It's fine. It's about time. Where's your explosion?
Okay, hold on. So do I have, this is a big question. Ha. Okay.
So do you think the alcohol content in this wine needs to be higher?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Oh.
It's messing me up. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't put the cape fully backwards, which is kind of annoying. Wait, what are these bones?
Happy.
Oh, maybe I can make it better.
Happy. Oh.
Okay. Well, that's angry mark. Okay. Blink. Happy blink. Oh, I bet you it has to be maxed.
Nope.
Or not.
Happens. Oh. Saber. Why do they always make the eyes squeeze?
Because it has to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, that was closed. Eroge. The lip kind of disappears a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Not amuse. I guess for doing anime type stuff, I can see it working. The only thing that sucks is there's still no, the mouth has one big gaping hole.
That's what a mouth is.
Yeah, touche. If it could do some kind of a pucker or something otherwise, then it would be great. All right, we're gonna do so, but no, she's doing gotta do explosion. So okay, so she gotta do cape. Okay, and then
Yeah, she's exploding the Derpy, Silver. Don't get too attached. Like, I mean, it's being bad right now.
yeah, the other one had a better cape. Well, kind of. It was also would have been stupid annoying to work with. This one, it's tied to her arms a little bit, which it's not really a bad thing, but at the same time, it makes it so it's either you have more control and more work, or less control and less work. So, all right, but so she's gonna do okay, hold on. She got to do like epic camera.
Derpy, so good Derpies minding their own business, and this child just runs up on them. It's his inner explosions.
All right. Okay. So she gotta do like, we gotta do like the super cool like the super cool like spin stuff.
Can you add another part where Batman just shows up and kicks her in the face? So to stop her. Be pretty good stupid face.
Oh, that doesn't work that way. Hold on, I got a little bit of helper. This is very important. You can't do anime without some cool. And
What? This isn't cool. This is mean.
No, it's Mamie. She's cool.
No,
She's hip with the kids.
She is a child.
Okay.
Where are her parents? Shouldn't she be in school?
Actually, I did that wrong. This should be first locked to her. 0. Then unlocked. And this should be locked to that. Now we're good. Okay.
But she is a kid. She's a child. Too many derpies, never enough. That's right. Need more derpies.
Okay, and then we're gonna do like super sick. Like
She's pretty pale. Pretty sick looking.
And then like she got like do a super faced. Okay, and then look, there we go, we'll do that. And then we'll do there we go on the look. Okay, I'll do a little bit like there we go. Okay. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit more like spin. Okay. Okay, a little bit there and then a little bit. Okay, there we go. So there we go. So she's like a super cool anime moment. And she's like well, it froze for a second. Okay, right. Explosion! And she's like, boom! And then it's exploded. There's the camera kind of does like a weird thing here.
That you can't tell what she's exploding.
Oh, you know, you have a point.
Oh no, I like it. It's better. But while he's being awful, how you guys all doing? Back in a bit making food. Wow. Go make food. Bring me some. Doing good? That's good. Good's good. What are you doing?
Nothing.
I don't like what you're doing right now.
Okay. There she goes. She's like, explosion, and then there's a boom, and then the derpies come flying over.
She just wanted to be closer to the derpies.
I don't know what happens at the end there with the camera, but
them all just explode in her direction, all broken and crumbled up. It's sad.
Boom. She does like a little hop. She actually, her like whole like if saying explosion is off. Should be like explosion. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's just like, woof, explosion, boom.
Those were derpies.
And then he's like, an explosion.
Good, and she fixed the derpies.
So that she could blow them up again. Explosion.
By it.
This is a telling moment. No, render it. No, I'm not rendering that. This is the shittiest thing. It's pretty epic, though. I mean, look at that amazing camera angle.
I am sad now. I hate this child. She's going to freaking juvie for hurting horses. I hear they only give you peanut butter sandwiches there, so hope you like peanut butter.
She's not really like putting her staff out for this, though. Hold on. She needs to like. Yeah, she needs to like put her staff out. She's like explosion. Like she gotta keep it in her hand. Yeah, there she goes, explosion, and then like maybe like gotta do like kind of a cool like epic like backwards swing. She's like explosion swing.
She just wanged.
Yeah, she definitely. There's definitely some wanging going on there. Look at that. This looks so cool. This is like the one little bounce. She's like, make me bounce.
The Mega Me bounce.
It's her dance move, and then she dies.
Yep. You dead.
Well, that's why I fell down before. I had it locked to the camera, and I just forgot to undo it. But she's dead. So you can be happy that she's dead.
I'm happy she's dead, and that the Derpies will get better. Derpies will be fine.
She was horrible, but Pwn is soothing. It's weird when you put it that way, but like ragdoll. There is, I think, a new physics engine, but I don't know how it works. So
this has gone plenty far enough. I want to go back to happy Derpies. Man, this wine is misleading.
I'm fine.
No, that's cool.
I've drank quite a bit.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't taste like wine, but I think it's just because I bet you this glass alone has the weekly FDA allowance of sugar. At least it tastes that way.
No, I mean, I didn't add sugar to all of them. That's why I don't know if it was one or not.
Cheers, Jelly. I can get you one. Oh my god, so much water. Anyways, I still gotta do Kite's stupid face. You're at a bar watching. That's weird. And a guy smells like tuna next to you. Canned tuna. I mean, is there a difference in smell between regular and canned?
Probably oily. If you have to get it in oil, it's better in oil. You mix with some mayonnaise, you put that on bread, you get yourself a tuna fish sandwich. It's pretty good.
Have you said hi? Did you say, hey, you smell like tuna?
Maybe.
It depends how much they drank. Maybe not, but.
Well, like, you ask him, who's your tuna supplier? And then he tells you, and then you have the best sandwiches forever.
It's better than fresh tuna smell? Probably. All right, what are we going to do for Kite, though?
Kite had phase 2.
Yeah, they did it to him.
Wow.
This one took a long time.
Yes.
But it was fine. It was like an explosion. It was like, boom. And all the derpies.
Yay, Derpies.
Yay, derpies.
They're fine. They'll get better. They'll get better.
How they get better?
They just stretch it out.
Look, they're even like wrenching in pain.
No. They're fine. They do this all the time.
They unhinge their jaw and all their other bones.
It's the trick they've.
Your skull is not meant to unhinge.
They're very talented. Dare you?
Oh yeah, I forgot those derpies kind of locked like that, but it's fine. I can fit them into the video somewhere.
Her little snoot. All twisted.
I'm adorable.
You're mean. Fix the derpies.
Derpy.
Fix the derpies. Bad person.
I actually don't know.
There you go. Maybe she's better now.
It's a strong word. Bird derpy.
No, it'll be okay.
My teeth are. I need a dentist.
Poor Derpy. What do you mean? Like, I'm legit sad right now. I'm gonna go cry. No, don't twist your nose more.
Michael, do you love me?
You're very cute.
What? You have bad taste.
Wow.
Don't love me. End it.
No, fix the derpies.
Oh. Okay. They're dead. Oh no, they're back. Ergo, I told you that I'm playing pool with my team earlier. Oh, sorry. I might have missed that. Well, are you winning?
Are you winning, son?
All right. You know what? I'm gonna for the next I had loaded mod before. Let's load up a mod.
Just immediately take her clothes off.
Where is her? Oh,
It's a helmet. It's got the helmet. It's got to have the dress.
oh, Michael.
Ooh.
Those tough ears from the movies.
It's the movie ears, yeah.
You know, they can't hear anything anymore.
You got the horsey.
Yeah, as far as I can tell. Oh, you can do the messy hooves too. It's the ones that's got like all the bells and whistles except for like the important thing.
The dress. She's got to have the dress. There's no way they added the helmet, but then not the dress. I've never seen her in the show without the dress on.
Oh, wait.
Oh, those are bad ears.
Oh, I thought they had bat ears, but or bat eyes.
Cool.
Oh wait, damn it! And I undid mod. I'm not seeing her like outfit like come with the model, which is kind of weird.
What is the body?
Huh?
Body.
No, it's not.
Model? No.
Nope.
How do they
you can just disable her tongue. That's nice.
Just remember the helmet, but then nothing else.
Okay. Oh, there's. Those are the right movie. Okay. Well, anyways, it's mod.
You just pulled her face off.
No. She's fine.
She looks grumpy. And her tongue is hanging out of her face.
This is like you can visually see her aging as this goes up.
He's getting tired. The children don't visit anymore.
Mudbriar just won't shut up about sticks.
I hate him. I hate him so much. That's right. She got a husbando. She's a cute horse. It's not that surprising.
See, the thing is, this is not the correct face for her.
she is smiling. I did like one of the comics where she it's like, I don't express emotions very well, but it doesn't mean I don't feel them. And it kind of went into like her diary and how she was feeling at different points.
Yeah, that's a little bit more mod.
Yeah. The deadpan girl.
I'd have the exposed who's though. Is that like a preference that people have? Like,
I don't know, G4 is pretty much just Big Mac and maybe like one other pony who had the
like these. Is that a preferred thing? Because to me, this implies hard hooves, and that was a discussion thing for like a while.
Hard hooves or soft hooves.
Hard hooves or soft hooves.
It just implies a different style to me, but I don't know. Like Big Mac always had his hose like that. Like from the get-go. So I always just assumed it was some sort of like choice.
Okay, so we gotta do mod. What is mod gonna do?
I like soft hooves.
Let's see. Oh, Peak wants to do a voice impression with mod.
For the next 2 minutes.
Hold on.
You must talk. Okay.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Okay, here you go.
It's like, hi. I am Mod Pie. I think Derpy's pretty cool. He's like cool and stuff. I said hi to her, and then she said hi back. So that was pretty cool. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go eat some hay. Please don't follow me. Just left. That was too. He's gone. He found a rock. She's slowly dissolving. This is getting trippy fast.
I think that's that one reverse. Mod, come back here. Okay. So do the Jackass. I haven't done a Jackass mod thing in a while.
Because you only ever did one.
I apparently angered some people with the last short I made because you said holy shit, and apparently people took offense to that.
I feel like Mod would curse.
Mod cursing is funny.
Yeah, a little bit. She's an adult horse.
What's something not mod that we can have Mod do?
Wear socks. You're not Mod. Get some socks.
No, I know what we're gonna do. Do you get it?
She's playing rock.
She's gonna rock. Oh, wow.
It's not made for a horse.
No, it's actually a flat.
Just a single flag texture. Wow. She rocking.
All right, we're gonna get her to stand a little bit.
And stone. Why is that broken Derpy still back there? Maybe not fixed them yet.
I don't need to. Okay, so I am no musician, so this is gonna go weird, but all right, so how do you hold a guitar? We're just gonna like
She's gonna hold it in her mouth because that's what is cute.
No. For one, I probably should shrink that a little bit. That seems like a really long guitar. It's probably a normal guitar, but
Any horse?
it's a bit better. Okay.
Right.
So she's going to for her to do that, she needs to like reach around. That's actually going to be kind of tough. Hooves are not meant to bend this way. Okay, so what we're going to do here is do a couple different poses. Putting a lot of time into stupid faces tonight. I want to have like what sounds like a fun idea. I don't like stopping. Booga booga, scary. If she holds it in her mouth, then she's gonna sing her epic song about. Well, if she's solely in her mouth, she can't play. Yeah, she can't sing it at all. All right. So if she's doing that, she can kind of I don't know, like do like normal. Like, stop looking at the derpies. Okay, that could kind of work. Okay. All right. So she's going to shred. So first we need to set it at 58 just to make it easier. Okay, and sadly I can't play head too much like this, but what I can do is I'm gonna guess I can do this. We're gonna see how this works. So play head, oh no, for her whole arm. Okay, and I'll do like that. Okay. And then we'll just smooth this. Okay, that's kind of rough, but whatever. Don't care. I need to lock the guitar to her chest to... Okay. Affect anything? Nope. All right, now we need to take her hand here. Okay. That didn't work out too well. Okay. Okay.
I've returned. Pulling a Jimi Hendrix, just set the guitar on fire. Just have it burst into flames while she's playing it because she plays so fast.
She's pretty badass.
Amazing. No one rocks like Maud. How she works the strings with her hooves is anybody's guess. She's so good.
Actually, I'm gonna do like a little different.
Of course, would have to become a master of plucking, that's for sure.
Okay.
Wimmity wimmity wah wah wazzle. That the sound guitars make. She's such a cutie.
Okay, and then okay. You guys are gonna have to let me know if. Oh, I didn't even have audio at the earlier part. Well, I don't think it was really playing much. All right, we're gonna see if we can. This all works. We're gonna grab some classic.
Classic gas. I always loved classic gas.
Gotta do some of the classic.
Dragon Force.
One.
Could do Pachelbel's Cannon, but that one guy just does with the guitar. Pretty sweet. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get your pwn on. Get booped. Pretty sure that was the next line.
So with that.
Hey now, put your socks on. Be a pony. Get snoots. Yes, it was. Yes. And all that glitters is loot. Hey now, put your socks on, you're a pony. Yay, hey. Like the hay part. We could totally record this song we're coming up. Me and you. And then we can turn it into a video. Or rather, you can turn it into a video while I watch.
That is exactly the thought process that like most requests that comes in. Like, we can work on this, and by we, I mean you can do it.
Yes, I will watch. Hey man, I offered to make a garbage can open. That's something.
You can make garbage can open?
I can make that garbage can.
You don't even know how to like word.
I word good enough. Nose itches.
Okay, and then we're gonna do like
so awesome. Where's John? That never comes on here anymore. He's probably very busy today.
Tomorrow he's busy.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
John likes the mod. If you see him in was it podcast, if you come to the podcast thing and you see him, you could ask him mod questions.
All right, there we go. All right, so first, could you guys hear that? I want to know if you guys can hear audio.
I couldn't hear it.
The guy's like staring at your soul, like, give me answer. Actually, it looks like Prince Whatever is staring at you.
He's coming on to me. It's working too.
Hey, NWO, you couldn't hear the audio?
Still not working.
How does the audio not work?
It's your computer that keeps being weird.
You can't hear that at.
You sure you don't have like one of these things over here?
You can't hear that at all?
Got so many little levers and buttons.
Still nothing. You know what?
If I go over there and just start turning knobs.
It worked during stream when we did it then, but
it didn't work.
No, that has nothing to do with the stream.
Can I start turning knobs?
No, otherwise I will murder you.
Oh, it's got some really cool knobs over there.
Yeah, it's usually for your audio. So if you want to start playing with them, you're just gonna blow your arms or up.
I could
everything out.
I could be the big giant man.
The big giant man. What does that even mean?
It means I got the big booming voice. Means I'm amazing. I can breathe fire and stuff. That's how amazing I'd be.
Okay. This you should be able to hear. But I'm unsure how loud it's going to be. I'm going to double check. And then we'll do like our epic mod time. Okay, that's loud, but it should be fine. Okay, but you guys can hear that one. I know that. Okay. Yeah, I had to go. I just went through the other side. I don't know what's having the weirdness with the audio.
Sure.
It's probably because I started it and then reset the audio, and there's some kind of a weirdness with it. Because before I reset it I don't know, whatever. All right, we're gonna do.
Why are you doing Elton John?
Because this is like the epic guitar. Hold on, shut up, Michael.
Elton John's pretty epic.
Hold on. I want to take this light and we're gonna add a little bit of extra red to it.
I'm still standing. Yeah. I'm still standing.
Actually, I'm gonna do that with both the edges because why not? It's gotta be perfect.
She's already perfect.
Okay.
Look at her.
All right, there we go. Okay, so she's gonna let's just jump ahead a little bit. We're gonna go to like that there. Okay. All right, there we got. There you get your mod time. There. We're gonna go at it. Oh, it's just going so fast.
She's so good. I can't believe it.
Oh my god, this is so good.
Sweating. She's undefeated.
Oh, yeah, well, that's just going so good.
Slow part.
At the end. And now she's going normal speed now.
Oh, look at those floppy little ears. I love it. A cutie. Where we're going, we don't need physics. Yes.
So much action going on.
It's so good.
Okay. Not too long.
You didn't.
It's gonna be a copyright.
It's okay.
Yeah,
People enjoy it in the moment. You just have nightly, like.
I need to load up a bunch of Dragon Force again. Dragon Force is one of those that, like, well, Fire and the Flame is the great one, and the nice thing about it, it's like, God, how long is that song? Like, oh, it's only 5 minutes. I thought it was longer than that.
You need like a guitar rendition of the opening theme song to the Andy Griffith Show instead of just the whistles. Pretty cool.
There we got mod doing that. Okay, that all the super phases are done, and we're 2/3 done.
Yes, 2/3 of the stream is over. Now you can start on the video.
I've done a lot of work the last couple days, so I'm already more ahead than I thought. All right, now all the derpies need to turn around.
No, the table grew on them again.
She's like, "Cause help me, it's in my head.
It's big."
There we go.
My ears are stuck.
All right, now they're back. Okay. Now, Chepo, who knows what the Andy Griffith Show is? Wow, no.
Everyone.
No.
Everyone.
I think there should be 2 questions. 1, do you know what it is? 2, have you seen a full episode? And actually 3, have you seen a full episode that you chose to watch? Because I feel like syndication, like nothing else is on type thing.
I've seen the entire series, I'm pretty sure at this point.
Yeah, because you lived it.
Rude. It was on.
I know what it isn't.
I know.
Well, are you sure?
Pinkie Pie. She's in it.
Is that the one with Mr. Ed? All right. Okay. So these derpies, I need to figure out a good position to start base with.
I think half the Andy Griffith Show was just people from out of town coming into town, and then law enforcement immediately harassing them. Like, where are you from? You passing through? And it's just like, that would be so intimidating. Coming to a small town, the first thing that happens is like the town law enforcement like pulls you to the side. Like, what are you doing here? I don't recognize your face.
It's like The Hills Have Eyes type thing.
Yeah. can't remember what the name of the movie was, but there was a movie where this guy from like out of town pulls into this gas station, and the gas station is like right on the border between like the civilization and the places you don't go. And the guy who runs it is like, I'm probably the last sane person you're gonna see. I mean, I'm so crazy, but I don't recommend you go any further. I know those people. They won't like you. Oh my god.
Did you say that like The Hills Have Eyes was recorded or something by where you live?
There was a movie, and I think it's the one I was talking about, not by where I live, where it was a bunch of like angry rednecks murdering people up in the mountains, and it was the exact same area, name and everything, that my grandparents grew up in. Like they made a horror film about my freaking family on my mom's side. Essentially, yes, they were all up in the mountains of West Virginia. They weren't murderers. They seemed fine at the family reunions. I don't know.
You're not saying they were fine.
They grew all their own food and crap. It's kind of...
They grew their own food. By grow their own food, do you mean that they caught the tourists? And...
Tourists. No, like, my mom was losing her mind because she was laughing. She recognized all the street names because they clearly, like, pulled up a map, chose an area of, like, middle of nowhere, West Virginia in the mountains, and, like, let's just keep all these street names and maps and stuff. And my mom recognized the street names because that's where a lot of my family was from.
That's the thing. Like, if they're going to be filming stuff like that, they got to choose somewhere. So anywhere you see in a movie, at least for the most part, is more than likely an actual place.
Yeah,
I believe there was...
I mean, Deliverance was just part of Georgia or something.
There's a road, I can't remember where it is. It might be in England or something, but it's a road that is completely unused. Mm-hmm. No, it's never to be used, and I think it's illegal to use it, but it's a real road. And like, so movies just buy this the rights to use this road, and they just film things there because they can crash things and not care.
Yeah,
like, it's this really weird spot. I think Tom Scott did a video on that one too.
Let's see if I can find the name of that movie. It's been so long.
I think this arm I'm going to keep down. I mean, she churns, it'll not be, but I need to set up a base position for them to turn from. I can't have them with their arms in the air. It's going to be weird. I do need to move. Okay, so Derpy 5. I need to figure out which one's her chair. So that's this one. They're close to there for the other scenes, but for this, because they need a churn, I can't have them so close. And I'll probably need them to sit up a little bit. Derpies, your posture is preposterous.
Pick on the Derpies. Oh.
Get it? Because it's... Yeah. This one's leg, I can do kind of a bend on. We'll do like her arms kind of like that, maybe. And she's kind of twisted. Like, what are you doing, Derpy? Okay. So she's just kind of looking. This one's also kind of look. This one's a little better. There's her head. Okay. I'm gonna keep her looking forward. Her eyes are gonna move to forward position. That one's fine. Wait, why is this Derpy here? Derpy, you're trying to be a sneaky derp. You need to blow up.
What?
She's fine.
That'd be fine.
So this one, I think I want to have her be kind of in like a hooves on the table, but then I probably want to have her kind of like push off to... Ooh. I might have an idea for this one. I'm going to try it here. I'm just gonna actually go straight to it. So we're gonna remove this and this. Import animation. Mallrats are still in Eden Prairie. You know, I never actually looked into that. I just got that movie too. That's movie so old that I bet you nothing about that mall is recognizable at this point anyway. Okay. This isn't even the waiting scene. This is just her outside. This isn't Derpy full. That's lies. I lied to myself. Unless there's like some other named one. Destiny Waitress, Destiny Derpy V1. Oh, it might be this. This is the exportable version. Yes, this is it.
I think the movie might have been Wrong Turn. It's the best guess I got. Immediate.
All right, I'm gonna have to move a little bit. This is going a little quick, but okay. So we're gonna have Derpy there, and she's gonna be like this.
She's a good Derpy. Look at that Derpy. She's so excited.
Michael, okay, Michael.
You
use the prefix good Derpy.
Yes.
That implies there's a bad Derpy. Can't have a good Derpy unless it's a bad Derpy.
Stallion Derpy.
Stallion Derpy? That's a bad Derpy?
It's not a great Derpy.
No, you didn't say not bad. You didn't say bad Derpy. So use the two words together. Say bad Derpy.
Bad Dippy.
Who's Dippy?
The Stallion Derpy.
But then it's not Derpy.
Correct.
Then it's not. Then that doesn't count.
Counts enough.
Just say bad Derpy. It's just two words. Bad Derpy. Bad.
Wait, now it sounds like I'm like.
And then I'm gonna get your rolled up newspaper. And
You
then you can go back there. Yeah,
just Derpy.
boop the Derpy. No, you go whap. You gotta hear the snap.
I heard boop the Derpy.
No, that's forbidden Derpy.
Yeah.
30 lashings.
Everyone will be worth it.
30 lashings per boop. How many have you done? Enough, I'm gonna be dead.
I'll be dead soon. Not Dippy.
I'm not gonna survive like 150 lashings, so I said F it.
Just get booping. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna get all the boobs in. I like this video.
Because of all the derpies?
Yes. I think they got really nice tables and then really cheap chairs. They do not want people loitering.
It's Chuck E. Cheese. Pretty sure budget cuts are in the way.
Can't remember what kind of chairs Chuck E. Cheese had. Been too long. Seem to remember booths that were a little too small.
Probably because kids.
I guess, but their parents got to sit on them too. And then they had like the party room, which was basically like a school cafeteria, but with giant robotic like monster mices.
Okay, so her hoof here needs to be more like an in. Maybe not that much in. More an in. I just want to slow it down. And also, I do not want to keep all of that animation. So I'm going to clear out the rest of it.
No, I think the movie Wrong Turn was essentially set in the town my grandparents grew up in. Or rather, the exact area my grandparents grew up in. And it doesn't paint a flattering picture. I mean, apparently this is like a relative of mine. See this guy?
Klingon.
Pretty much.
Is that from that movie?
Yeah.
That's a Klingon.
Yeah, see, look at this lady. It's just
Those are Klingons.
It's just my family, man.
No, it looks like they're from Star Trek.
They do look like they're from Star Trek.
They were double in on the movies.
I mean, there's a closer up picture. That's like my great aunt. It's pretty cool. Let's see.
I can see the resemblance.
Yeah. If anything, they're the part of the family who actually has a lot of money. Just because the reason they're up there is because they settled up there when it was all like super cheap. Now they have crap tons of land that the family just owns. Nobody wants it, but it's still worth a lot of money. It's all mountainsides. My grandfather actually only recently sold the land that he owned to like one of his cousins. Wasn't any good to him. Making that dandelion wine, my grandfather, yeah, he used to do that. I think I have access to better things than dandelions though, so I don't think I'll be doing that. I imagine it has alcohol in it and not much else, as far as like flavor is concerned. Chirpy. Do you want more of that wine?
I think you're trying to tell me you've had enough. I'll have a bit more.
No, 2 glasses. More than that, I'm not going to be able to function tonight.
Yeah, because you need to do some modeling.
Modeling in heart quotations.
That's good.
Oh, wow.
See, the thing is... Shut up.
I mean, I'm trying to increase the alcohol content, but I already thought it was pretty decent. I just want to get the most amount of money.
Hello, Triple. In Argentina, yeah, we're way up in the... very far away.
The
Northern America.
Lands. Pretty sure we live in Narnia.
Well, Northern United States, anyway. Oh, that Derpy does not look like she's looking where I want her to look. How's it doing, Triple? I believe it's very bad. It's understandable enough, so that's all that's all that I would need. So thank you very much. But welcome. How's the weather in Argentina? Actually, we've been very cold until recently. It is now
still cold.
It is now getting next week we are talking basically room temperatures outside.
I believe when I see it. I'm pretty sure we're stuck in a perpetual winter.
Yeah, a little bit.
The springs and summers here are nice.
Well, that's the one thing I like about Minnesota is we have hard winters, but our summers can get hot and humid, but not nearly as hot and humid as other places. No. It's only hot and humid to us because that's the worst it gets, so that's what we consider to be the bad. But the spring and the falls are gorgeous.
Like we used
low humidity, like room temperature outside, nice warm sun, long nights.
It's cool. It's pleasant in here.
It's really nice. But you got to deal with winter half the year. So
yeah, which is only bad if people make you deal with it. But a lot of people work from home anymore. So
the only with Michigan, the only thing I'd probably say is we get colder than Michigan on average, but Michigan has to deal with lake effect snow. And a lot of that, especially depending on where you are in Michigan, that stuff is nasty.
At least they're not bad as New York. They're the ones who have to deal with the worst.
Well, yeah, but New York State, in North New York State, that gets pretty bad. But like New York Island, they have the ocean to balance temperatures, so their temperatures don't get as cold as we get.
Yeah.
But
you better be rich. If
I would rather have colder temps than more snow. And northern New York and some of the lake effect stuff around Michigan, around those lakes, I would rather have our cold than that. So, no complaints. No, we've had plenty of.
Hey, why is that Derpy sad?
Because somebody just came through the door. I'm gonna play with it a little bit. You gotta. He says do the derpy dance.
Do the derpy dance. Derpy.
Is it just
the derpy?
just
derp, 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 horse. Derp, 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 derp.
He said do the derpy dance, not the song. What is the song?
Derp, 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 derpy dance. Derpy dip dip derp derpy dance. Derpy dance. Derp 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 derpy dance. Derp derpy dance. Derp 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 derpy dance. She do derp derp derp. Dance, derp, dance, derp, 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 dance, dance, derp, derp, dance, derp, 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 dance, derp, 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 dance, derp, dance, derp, dance, derp, dance. Did it? It's like end scene. Get a pizza.
No, but I don't want to dance.
She's like,
you have to dance.
Derp. Take one derp from side to side.
Do the Mario. I get it.
You have to sit down and watch that whole series.
Why?
But just the live action stuff. Because it's amazing. But I don't want to dance. You'll dance and you'll like it. Wait. Wasn't even a voice request. I thought it was.
Oh, what? Did you see a free voice request?
Basically. So I thought the Derpy dance was a voice request. It was just points from Nolan. But I do like those points. So it's
yes,
fine.
it was very much appreciated. Thank you.
You got them Derpies.
I don't know if I quite like the eye position right now. I think
Slightly lightheaded now.
I need the Derpy to look over, but I can't have her looking at the camera. Because if she's looking at the camera, that gets fourth wall breaking. She can look just past the camera, but that's also hard.
She doesn't look like she's looking at the camera right now.
No. Well, Derpy's hard with that because she kind of looks like she's looking a lot of places.
Either Adam's losing his mind upstairs right now, or a giraffe just broke in the house. Unclear as to which one.
Maybe he has a draft that I don't know about.
He might.
This arm's kind of moving a little bit and I don't like that. I'm going to lock it, but then I can't fully lock it, but I can do a little bit here. It'll help stabilize it, but not like, cause I don't want to make it like it's moving suddenly and then it's like locked into place, but it helps get a little bit. He's doing the auto translator.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Derpy had a fro.
She did. Ooh,
look at that.
Look at that. She goes super Derpies.
Okay, when her eyes open, she should have. Oh, this is. For one, I very much messed up these eyes. They should just be close. No, other way. Close, and then round. I think I included it with a different rounding, and that got weird with it. It was too much of a fade. That gets really weird on the eyes. I'd rather just do it this way.
You know what I'm dreading?
Work.
No. Work is just work. I got taxes this weekend.
Yeah, I've actually got to... I'm probably going to start working on it midweek this week because there's only one more weekend.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a one more weekend.
Oh, is the 15th or 14th?
13th.
It's the 13th?
It's been my understanding.
I thought it was the 15th. Anyway.
They tend to extend it, but I don't know. They were extending it for a few years because of the whole pandemic thing.
No, I thought it was always the 15th, like the middle of the month. But because it's a Saturday, then it moves it to the 70th.
I don't know. I know this is probably the last weekend for it. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta do it. But I don't want to do it. I want to be a bum. Be right back.
Scar creep idea. I have another Derpy with their head under the soda pop dispenser, lips puckered over the nozzle and gulping all the good stuff. Too short of a time. Again, I'm working with such a short amount of time, literally little over half a second. It is only enough to churn, and I think I have... This is how many different attention grabbers that I can do. I think. Let me double check. This one right here might not be, I might be going to the Jedi bits, which means I only have 4 to maybe 5. 2 at least have to be serious, potentially 3, and not by serious I don't mean like straight face, but like at least in the direction of the theme I'm going for having them turn around. Like I want to have one of them be where they're at a video game and they turn, stuff like that. But on the last 2 or so, I can get goofy. But if I know we potentially want to do the trash can for 1, and then the trash can for 1, and then I wanted to do like the hungry Derpy. I wanted to have her like looking over, growling, like stay away from my pizza. So there might be 2 already. Also, then they're not looking. I still want to have them be like they're drawing attention. I could, if we had done a joke before that we had a Derpy under the fountain and then like for drawing attention just kept going all over her face, sure. But also putting liquid spraying around, that's not good either. I'm actually going to do some quick maintenance on this just to keep the frame rate's doing okay, but I think I can do better. We have all the Derpies we need. I mean, I know Michael would say no.
No, they're not.
Derpies.
They shouldn't be mean. You can have lots of Derpies. All the Derpies.
Like all these models, because this is a base, or was originally for a base. I can get rid of all those models. The lights are a little bit more of an unsure thing to get rid of. I can get rid of floor 1 lights though. And all, yeah, I don't need those. Let's go with, we have a train going by.
Mm-hmm. Christmas train.
Christmas train?
Mm-hmm.
How is it a Christmas train?
Because Christmas trains are happy trains. Otherwise, it's just an annoying train. So it's a Christmas train. It's delivering presents to all the children who don't know what time of year it is. Don't care because they're happy.
Oh, yeah, I can already notice the difference already.
It's never enough derp. I agree. He should have at least 300 derpies in this video. Minimum. And then if he gets that many derpies, he needs to add 300 more. Minimum.
Wait, minimum is this. And if he can do it somehow, I'm up in the minimum.
Yes.
Well, then there's no minimum.
No, there is. You need to try to reach that goal. So that the second you reach it, we can make you add more derpies. That's how business works. If you reach your goal, chances are they're going to increase your goal.
Yeah, that's why
it's life.
It's good to try hard at work, but not too hard. Otherwise, they'll just give you more work.
Mm-hmm. That's your reward for doing well at work. More work.
Though I've been reading up on different, because Lowe's is doing their thing right now, where they're doing the 410 schedule, and it's working out really well for morale. You can choose to go back to a 580, or a 540 schedule, but otherwise, or another 5.8 schedule, where it's five days a week for 8 hours a day. But then they had the 410s, there's 4 hours a day, 4 days. 10 hours total each day, and it's going really well. But then there's something I read about, which I think it only works for specific types of jobs. It's a 180-100, where you get 100% of the pay to work 80% of the time, as long as you get 100% of the work done.
My job is so mentally tasking. By the time I get to hour 8, my brain is fried. And adding 2 more hours would.
But if your weekends were always 50% larger,
it wouldn't matter.
Or what if you worked Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and had Wednesdays off?
By hour 7, my brain is cooked. They're adding 3 hours.
Stop being old.
No, it's not being old. My job is very mentally taxing. I have to think nonstop. And if I screw something up, people lose millions of dollars and they scream at me.
Yeah, I worked in transportation. People said the same thing. You know what I did?
What?
I asked them, why the hell are you shipping with the cheapest carrier if you're spending millions of dollars? I know you're bullshitting.
I can't say that because they're spending thousands of dollars for me to repair this equipment. And then if I get one thing wrong and it goes back to them, an entire work site can be shut down for a week.
Yeah, I did that all the time. But the thing is, I didn't care about my job. And so if I got fired, it was not my problem. But also, every time I heard somebody say, this is costing us $1 million a day, it's like, no, it's not.
No, why? But the thing is, that probably is.
Well, maybe there, but for us, it was okay, it's $1 million a day, but you spent $50, you saved $50 by going with somebody that you know is shit.
Yeah. Now, I've had grown men who didn't have backups on the phone talking to me, crying.
Well, that's their problem. Because you should always have redundancies.
Yeah, they should, and we tell them that, but then they don't, and then something breaks, and then they have an entire work site down for a month.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's so the idea between the 180-100 is that you're incentivizing people of if you are given a certain amount of work and you can finish it in 4 days, then you get the last day off. If you can't, then you still have to finish it, and that's fine. But if it incentivizes doing things quickly, you could also say it incentivizes people doing things hastily, which can be negative. But as long as you're doing a good job, it's actually incentivizing people to just, if you do your job and actually get it done early, you get to go home. And why not? If I've already done everything you asked me to do, why am I being incentivized by getting more work? That makes no sense.
There was a time in my job where I could get everything done, but I haven't been able to get to that point in a while because the work is it's been the thing about more companies sell something that comes back because it needs repair, and the more we sell, the more comes back, and that's just always going to be the case. So the more time passes, even if we had the same amount of sales every year, more will come back because there's more out there. It's just how it goes. But my job just keeps getting busier and busier and busier.
That's why they're supposed to bring on people.
Yeah, I know. I've brought it up a few times, and it's starting to get a little silly because my first year there was like cake. No, it was easy.
But nothing happens until they feel that something has to happen, and that's where you say, I can go make the same elsewhere.
Yeah, I could probably make more elsewhere.
Yeah, that's where you just say that, and then they're like, oh crap, bringing on somebody new is going to be more expensive and time consuming and a waste.
Yeah, and their entire everything would fall behind while trying to train somebody.
Too many derpies is 2. There should only be 1, or else the derp isn't special anymore.
No.
Well, if you have 2 derpies and one of them, do you only give it half the attention?
No, you give them both attention. You got 2 arms. You hug them simultaneously.
No, because but you could give double arms to one. So now you're purposely having the attention to 2 derpies.
I think I know what the problem is. We have to clone me.
No, because then you can look over and be like, that Michael gets...
We just make a big pile of Michaels and derpies.
I think that's the derpomination.
No, they're individual.
Are you going to be a part of this? Are you the centerpiece?
I will become the pile. Part of the pile. Part of the pile, part of the derps.
Okay. Oh, wow. There's still stuff back here. I'm already noticing, like, my frames are up 50% just from getting rid of some of that stuff. It's so much nicer when you get rid of, clear out some of this crap. Which is why I wouldn't say I recommend clearing out models, but once you are 100% confident in what it is that you're
Micromanipulation.
Needing for the shots, not confident really that other one. I'll do this one though.
Like, if my job was just a color by number job, which I haven't had since I was a kid, basically you just keep going through the motions until the day's done, that'd be one thing to do a 10-hour shift of. But I have to actually pay attention to what I'm doing, or the entire company could go under because of one mistake I made. I can't afford to not be awake.
But again, it is not your fault if a company doesn't have redundancy set up.
They do. They're called lawyers.
No, they're not, because you probably have something in paper that says that how long you can do certain things.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It's more along the lines like, if I'm doing a repair and I do something inappropriately and then the machine malfunctions and kills somebody, that would put the entire company under.
Yes and no. More than likely, when it gets there, they're supposed to test to verify that it works for their situation. They shouldn't just be plugging in equipment and saying good to go. They do safety checks. They should verify that all that works before it even goes. Should
do.
But if they don't, that's on them.
Unless they can point it back at something we did.
Maybe.
We've had to deal with crap before. Like, heavy machinery kills people sometimes. And there's always people.
Those people probably did it. That's their fault.
Yeah, no, that's the lawyers to decide.
This line is showing. Oh, I thought it was going right through the cup. It's just barely hitting the edge of it. Do not make Mikomination.
A Mike Abomination.
Mike Abomination. Oh, okay. I was like thinking Miku. I'm like, sure, that sounds okay. Okay, so that Derpy's looking over. This Derpy is not looking over, though. She's super excited about that.
There should be at least one Derpy who doesn't look over because she's too busy eating the pizzas.
No, that's going to be the Super Edie pizza.
Okay, Super Edie pizza.
No, this one, right now, everybody is doing just the very basic. I need to show and set up a precedence for what they're doing, and that is turning to look. So all of them are going to turn to look. You cannot stop the derp.
So cute. She's cute. Background. It's just every time I look at derpies for more than like 10 minutes, I have to comment on how cute they are.
More than 10 minutes? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Like crap. That's a lot longer than I thought.
At least once every 10 minutes, or I overload.
You've actually been kind of falling behind then.
It's true. I haven't been posting as many derpies at the Derpy channel as I'd like to. I think I only posted like 3 derpies to the Derpy channel today.
Today?
Yeah.
I think most people actually do it for you.
Ice does a ton of them. I have to go through it and like give happy faces to all the derpies. course, I switched social media platforms, so it's been an adjustment period for finding Derpies. But I will find them. I will always find the Derpies. No. Maybe one Derpy's face.
Oh, this is a problem. Her left eye, or the one you see from the side, her right, is meant to be the one basically looking at you all the times, where her left one is meant to be off. That means that technically it's a little weird for her looking this direction.
Looks fine to me.
But because of how her eyes lock, it's making it look like she's kind of there. That's a little better. I'm okay, and I don't even know why I'm going to say this because I know your answer. I could put a pizza in her mouth. She gets a little slippy pieces. But she's eating from the back of the pizza first because it's stuffed crust.
Ooh.
Remember that when that was a thing?
That was the thing. Pizza Hut was very big about eating the pizza in reverse.
Yeah, but then that just leaves you with a really difficult slice to eat.
It's like a center slice when it's a square pizza.
Yeah, I mean, those are still difficult too, but the eating from the back was so stupid.
I mean, I used to just peel the crust apart and then just peel the cheese out from inside the crust and then eat just the cheese.
It's because you're a small evil child.
Nobody else did that? Did anybody do that with stuffed crust pizza? Do you take the cheese out of the crust, eat it separate from the crust, still eat the crust?
Why?
What did you ever eat those Nutty Buddy bars?
No, but I have a feeling you're going to make it even more disturbing.
No, you did like okay, Oreo cookies. Did you ever take the Oreo cookie apart and eat just the cream?
I ate the cookie.
Did you eat just the cream though?
I've done it before, but I didn't think it was that great. It was just because that was what people did.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
No, it's not. Oreo like advertises. I don't think Pizza Hut says get our stuffed crust and then cut it open. And no, you monster. No one says it.
Peel open the crust. You take the cheese out, eat just the cheese, and then you eat the crust like you would with an Oreo cookie.
But why?
For the same reason. It's fun. And tasty. It's cheese. I'm right. How did you almost choke to death? You knew you were eating food, right? It's like, does this bread have cheese in it? No. Good. I can inhale it without chewing. It's like, don't do that.
I just don't get why you would separate it. To me, that's like when kids want to do that because they don't want complex flavors. They want simple flavors. It's either sweet or cheese or bread.
You get a big chunk of cheese.
But you can do it with bread.
What do you mean?
But why? What? But when you eat the breading with it, you still get a big chunk of cheese.
I don't know. I just always did it.
No, it just sounds to me like like when you'd see like a dog get hit by a car and you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna tear that thing apart.
How is that even remotely the same thing? First, he takes apart the cheese crust. Next, he's ripping up dogs in the streets.
Yes.
Like that's the progression.
Yeah. That sounds right.
It's like one day he used a Twizzler as a straw. The next thing he was hollowing out bones to drink the slurry from the swamp.
The swamp.
The swamp. It's the natural progression. No, see, the sandwiches... You wouldn't put the sandwich together to take the sandwich apart.
Just making a sandwich and eating the fillings with the bread. Yeah, what would you do that?
No,
because somebody behind there rolled up the dough and put the cheese in it, and then when it got back out to you, you unrolled it and then ate it. So do you order a chicken sandwich, take the bread off, eat the chicken, and then eat the bread?
No,
it's the same thing.
It's different.
I mean, if you had SpaghettiOs, do you cut open each individual one and squeeze out the meat?
I don't know if you could do that.
Not SpaghettiOs, Chef Boyardee.
Ravioli?
Yeah, like Chef Boyardee.
Those things would fall apart on their own. But no, I don't know. I liked taking the cheese out of the cheesy bread crust, whatever, stuffed crust. I like taking apart Oreos. I like taking apart
that's
Nutty
called
Buddy bars.
That's called a sign that you're crazy. Like, yeah, that man definitely puts people in holes and sends down the lotion.
That's how they catch people. They just stand around Pizza Huts and wait for the ones who order the stuffed crust and then take the cheese out.
They're like, we got him, boys.
Separate. Like, that's the serial killer. We have him now. Now, if there was ever any leftover cheese, sure, I'd eat the cheese. I don't know. It was like tasty, hot, big old thing of mozzarella. I mean, what other opportunities do you have to eat just like a big glob of like hot mozzarella cheese? When does that come up?
You can buy. You know what that is?
What?
A pizza.
No, what?
A pizza is a slice with a giant gob of mozzarella
Yeah, but
melted
then
on
you
top.
eat the bread with the pizza. Now you have the opportunity to take them apart easily.
So why don't you just peel the top off a pizza?
Sometimes, because then the crust is.
You almost wait. What? What were you gonna say?
Sometimes I did, but then you ended up with
Monster. Shame.
But then you
It's
just
not in a pizza anymore. What'd you do?
dissect pizza.
See. This is why I don't know why you guys like this man.
Then I don't.
This a monster that is definitely like supervillain territory.
I would take the cheese off sometimes, but then you were just left with like
Sometimes, so you left it thinking, "Is today my day?"
then you were left with just like tomato bread, and that's not very good. Bread's fine, but just tomato bread, no. Let's just eat like tomato soup, and you get a big thing of bread to dip in it. But a grilled cheese sandwich is so much better in that situation. Michael is a monster. This is exactly why we torture him. It's like, why are you so mean to that man? It's like, he takes the cheese out of the stuffed crust and eats it by itself. It's like, oh, let me get my hitting cane. It's like, this is just an old lady in this scenario beating the crap out of me for being the monster that I am.
The next time your mother's here,
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, "Do you know what your son does?" She'd be like, "Yeah, I know. It was great. He was so stupid."
No, my mom, she'd be like, I taught him to do that. It's fun.
I feel like your mom taught you purposely wrong on so many things.
I told you what she used to do with the cookies, bringing up Oreo cookies. Do you remember?
I can't remember. Sure, tell us.
She would take the cookie, eat the cream off the cookie, then take the two halves and put them back in the cookie jar.
And then you would have to eat them?
Yes, she would leave them for us to eat. Like, and she wouldn't peel it off. She would like take it off with her teeth and then put them back.
See, but I would think that, I mean, it's kind of disgusting, but at least you're getting the better than the deal, because I personally find the cookie is better than the cream.
She just wanted to eat the cream.
I think the cookie's great. The end of that voice impression. So, pain as Argo beats you for eating a dismantled sandwich.
It's like just me going, but I just took the pickles off. I didn't really like them, but I like pickles. Just not on a sandwich. You have to understand. It's like, then I die. He beat me.
I like, so even you go to like Subway and they're like, "What would you like in your sandwich?" And like, do you say, "Just give me the container from behind the counter. Just give me all of it. Just hand that to me. I'll just get a spoon."
That is an option. I think probably not.
I don't know if they don't have if somebody's being paid minimum wage and they don't have a button to hit on the register to buy something, you can't buy it.
Yes, correct. I've worked. Restaurants.
They're just gonna be like,
happening.
Nope. Like if you go to like a mom and pop place, they'll figure. We went to a curry place, and I know my sister's in chat now, and I think it's one of the owners that comes out, and she doesn't know curry. And she said such, and he's like, do you like spicy? No. Like, I'll bring you something. And he just made something and then picked one of the items on the menu that was closest match and just said, that's good.
See, Sunset's a monster. We're both monsters now, Sunset. Fine. It's okay if you want to take your pickles off and eat them separate. I believe in you. See? Not just me. Argo abuse? Yeah.
Or with your, I hate pickles on my sandwiches. I pull them off and eat them separate. To me, it depends.
See.
I'm 50-50 on pickles. Like certain cold cuts, like I got because they had broccoli cheddar as a soup at work today. So I got a broccoli cheddar soup and a cold cut. And so I put pickles on there. But I'm very particular. Like some places will like give you a ton of pickles on there. No. Like I'll put on like pickles. 3 or 4 pickles, a little bit, and that's it. So you can taste them, but not where it's like,
I like vinegar.
Jesus Christ, pickles.
I like extra vinegar on my sandwich. So I love pickles.
Yeah, no, well, like a vinegar something. It depends on the sandwich, though. Like, if I go to Potbelly's, I love the peppers they put on there, and a lot of those are like pickled stuff.
Yeah.
Then that's great. But, like, there's other sandwiches, though, like certain burgers, I don't want pickles on there. If I go to Snuffy's, I like pickles on those ones. It just depends on the burger.
If a sandwich has meat on it, I want pickles on that sandwich, and just load it up. You are evil, Sunset, but it's okay. We're evil together. No tomato? Sandwiches are the only time I'll eat tomato. And I like... But there really isn't a sandwich I don't like tomato on. That, again, has me... Like, I'm not going to put tomato on a peanut butter sandwich.
Well, yeah, I'll take sandwich as being a burger is a sandwich.
Yes.
So, hello, Ethan. I absolutely hate pickles. If a pickle was on something of mine, I will not eat because the flavor just contaminates the whole thing. Oh, yeah, I agree. Like olives are basically the same to me as your pickle. If they're on anything, they took over the flavor. I like pickles, but I hate cucumbers. I cannot stand cucumbers. It's so weird, but I don't know. Like, I can. It's basically if the cucumber is partially digested in juice, I can eat it then. I don't know. If
I ever go to a Subway, I always get the same thing. 90% of the time.
I haven't been to Subway since BronyCon.
Yeah, it's been a bit, but it was always an Italian sub with lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion, banana peppers, and then just doused in vinegar and oil. That was the
same. Well, oils. Their oil's okay there.
Yeah.
If you cucumber, it's submerged in your stomach juices. Yeah, I mean, all pickling is pre-digested food. It's
vinegar. It's vinegar.
Yeah, but vinegar is basically kind of already partially. It makes digestion super easy because it kind of starts it for you. But I mean, that's not a bad thing.
That's what cooking does.
No, but not quite the same. But it's not a bad thing. I like vinegar. Put vinegar on the right things. It's good. But yeah, cucumbers and olives are the two. Well, cucumbers, olives, and watermelon. Olives, if they're on things, I can get away with it sometimes. Like, I'm not going to be like, ugh. Cucumbers will, like, I can't, if a salad had cucumber in it at all, I don't care if it was picked out. I can taste it. I don't want it.
If I sat down here with a cucumber in my hand and just ate it during the stream,
I'd be fine. The smell's fine of those. Watermelon is the one that the smell disgusts me.
I knew the watermelon couldn't be around.
If I had to pick the top 3, watermelon's at the top, then cucumber, then olive. So by far.
I've seen you pick olives off of things and then eat them, but you'll pick off the olives.
No, watermelon. So, okay, I have a reason for watermelon, and at least as far as I know. When I was younger, I used to work with my dad to help him deliver newspapers on Sunday mornings. And so every morning I would get into the van and we'd go to pick up the paper, do a couple of things with it. Then I would be sitting in the back of a van in just perfectly dark outside with tinted windows. So I can't see anything. I already have ear issues that were probably starting at that point. So I get motion sick very easily. And I have to build these papers to hand to him. I would get motion sick and have to throw up like at least once or twice a trip. If you ever take a newspaper and push it right to your face and take a big whiff, it kind of smells like a rotten watermelon. And all I could smell in the back of that car the entire time was basically what my brain thinks of as a rotten watermelon smell, and I am nauseous for like a year straight. It's my brain now, when I smell watermelon, thinks of that smell, and I just get nauseous. Because it's I don't know if it's just like when you're younger and your brain just trained itself to say that smell is bad.
That's kind of weird though, because I worked at a Kroger's and we always used to store the watermelons in a big, like the big cardboard bin in the produce section.
I'm talking like I was 11.
Yeah.
You're probably talking well past that.
Oh,
I was
20,
young.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not 11. I was a little older, but
the watermelons would always sink to the bottom of those things. Like there'd be that one watermelon that just got buried to the bottom. We haven't rotated the watermelons because it's a pain, and then you don't notice it until you walk by,
but
and then you just smell rotten watermelon.
Yeah,
but dig it out of there.
But you're smelling it once. I had to sit in it for an hour and a half.
I had to clean it up
with a moving car that I could not see out of. And I had to look down at what I was doing. I would always carry a bag of mints, and I would be popping them constantly because mints help settle your stomach. But even then, I'd have to tell my father, like, pull over, and I would just open the door and be bleh, right out the door. And still, I kept doing it because I made a little bit of money. It wasn't much.
Sounds like an excellent weight loss plan for you.
I was 11.
I'm
going to diet at 11?
I can bring in watermelons now. And then you could just be like, thank you, Michael. And then you'll just vomit. Like, I look so good.
No, it's not. Watermelon won't make me vomit, but it just doesn't. It's gonna leave me kind of feeling like, ugh. I mean, like I don't want to smell it.
You know, it would be really nice to have outside during the like fire pits.
You in it?
Because watermelon and like outdoor eating, I think go hand in hand because they're messy otherwise. Like I used to do that all the time growing up. We used to go outside and just eat like a whole watermelon. Pour lots of salt on it. Because if you're eating watermelon, you gotta put salt on it.
Salt goes in everything.
Yeah.
Salt is salt. I love the salt flavor, but salt's just a flavor enhancer. Makes everything taste better.
Well, and the watermelon's there's a lot of water, so
let's not talk more Derpy animating. Now, I wanted to give context because I have a lot of people get angry, like, why don't you like watermelon? It's just water. I have reason.
Pretty sure I used to eat rocks as a kid, so I mean,
yeah, look how you turned out.
It's hard to, like I said before, there really isn't anything I won't eat. There's no one food I'll look at and go, ew, I'm not eating that. I'd be like, hey, food, give it. I'm hungry. Feed me. I'm definitely eating some weirder stuff, but probably eat it again because I forgot what it was. Michael, I eat everything. I love hot dish. It's called a casserole.
Dude, I make a beast hot dish.
It's the best casserole.
I'll take it as a compliment. I know you're trying to make it as a joke for the casserole thing.
No, it's good.
It's really good.
It is good.
It's really good. It's salt heaven.
I need to make a tuna fish casserole. You guys have been talking about tuna fish. I like tuna fish. You don't like tuna fish.
I'm okay. So it's weird, but I had a friend that when I'd go over there, his mom would always make tuna fish sandwiches. Mm-hmm. And so, like, to me, tuna fish on wheat with big cut of pickle. Mm-hmm. And like some potato chips.
It's very classic combo.
Yeah, then she made it really good. So it kind of I'm okay with that.
The thing is that tuna fish sandwiches are good, but do you like tuna fish or do you like mayonnaise? Because like tuna fish sandwiches are generally like 50% mayonnaise.
I don't know how they made it. It was her secret recipe.
It was a can of tuna and some mayonnaise, Miracle Whip.
Probably. But as a kid, I thought it was very enjoyable.
Because that was one thing we always had in my house growing up was cans of tuna fish and mayonnaise. So we ate a lot of, it was cheap. So we ate a lot of tuna fish sandwiches. And it was better than peanut butter sandwiches.
Okay, Derpy's eyes, they're kind of coming straight from below, and I kind of want to have it like she's pulling around the corner. So we're going to take her eyes here, and we're going to turn them a little to the left. A little bit more.
If I am what I eat, I am everywhere. Everything everywhere all at once. Done it. I've transcended. I just had to eat all the things.
Okay, so I think this Derpy can probably be delayed one more this way.
Why isn't it Friday? At least I got a 3-day weekend this weekend. Looking forward to that.
Nolan says he used to grow watermelon patches in his backyard with the watermelon seeds.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like something that's going to be annoying to handle. Wait, is the quote thing broken?
I don't think so. Oh, somebody's trying to add a quote. Maybe. No, watermelons grew pretty easy in Kentucky. We used to have them in cantaloupes. They just need, again, lots of water.
Let me fix that quick. Oh, God, I didn't have to enter a password. Again, CloudBot turned itself off.
That is weird.
I don't know why it does that. All right, it should work now.
Who's else? You know, one thing I need to find is some black-eyed peas. Because I haven't had those since moving up here. We used to grow them in the garden all the time. I'm willing to bet I can find them dry. But if you find dried beans, you always have to, like, plan a day ahead. Be pretty good with some ham. You're going to be with your family this weekend, I'm guessing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, one on Sunday anyway.
No. Getting a whole ham for just the three of us would be a little rough. I don't know.
You did it once before.
I did, and we ate on that ham for the better part of a week and a half.
I think you ended up making soup out of it, and that still lasted a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was just me and you, too.
Yeah, that is true. The rum ham. Yeah. My rum ham.
Have you seen that episode yet?
I've seen that scene.
Oh. Spread up a couple
the rum
times.
ham floating away.
I'm on season 13, actually. The last one I have.
Wow.
There's only 10 episodes a season.
I've been trying to finish Breaking Bad for the better part of like
I watch an episode or two before bed. So that just adds up. But yeah, I'm on season 13. I'm only like one episode in though.
The show's still running, isn't it?
Yes, but there's 15 seasons total, and this is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There's 15 seasons, and they're in the middle of filming season 16 right now.
Okay.
But yeah,
gotta get all the mileage they can get out of Danny DeVito.
They had some just delays with other stuff, and they've gotten to be pretty popular. So like Rob's been doing different directing of other things, and like Dee had to step away for like a year, and they delayed the whole show for a year because she had some other acting thing they were doing. So yeah, they're busy.
You know what actor I found out is still alive, and it's his birthday today? The guy who originally played Gomez Addams in the black and white Addams Family show. He's the last surviving cast member. Even the actors who played the children are dead. Wow, you're just keeping it positive. Hey, Isaac. Hey, guess who's alive, and everybody else that he knew is dead, and he's sad and alone. I'm sure he's plenty happy. He's 93. You sure? I don't know. He's 93. Nobody's happy at 93. You're old. Yeah, point. The fact that he's still alive is nothing short of a miracle. They do way more drugs on Always Sunny compared to Breaking Bad. Well, Breaking Bad,
They have there is some drug use mixed in, but for a drug show, actually, I think it's pretty minimal.
Well,
yeah, they're
aren't using it.
I think was it Dee and Dennis and Always Sunny have been I think they've had 2 or 3 episodes where they got addicted to crack. And I think they did pretty well with acting on that. I mean, I don't know crack addicts.
I think it's one of the funny dynamics is the fact that oh, she's so cute. Like there Dee and what's her brother's name?
Dennis.
Dee and Dennis. They're technically not Danny DeVito's kids.
No.
But he did raise them, but the second he found out they weren't his kids, he essentially just completely disowned them. Other than he keeps them around. And
then Charlie is probably his kid, but they never really confirm it.
Oh, they actually kind of hint that he might actually be his kid.
Yeah, it's very early on they talk about that. But they never really give you an answer.
Yeah.
So
he definitely semi-adopts him. I like that Derpy. She turns. Would be the best Derpy video.
Are you sure? There's probably a video out there with like Derpy's like booping and stuff.
Well, if there is that
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, why is that not the cutest?
It's got one Derpy. This has lots of Derpies.
Yeah, I guess I could have it. So if I doubled the Derpy from here, and there's tons of Derpies, but half of them died.
You know what?
Wait, maybe a third of them died. So you still have more on average.
Dead Derpies.
No, but you'd have more.
We've been over this.
But you'd still like if there's 30 of. Say this video is 15, but another video had 30, but 10 of them died in the video. You still have 20 good Derpies. High quality Derpy.
Better idea. Have them all like caramel dancing at the end of the video.
Caramel.
Caramel, whatever.
It's $100,000, or maybe Kit Kat.
Kit Kat dancing. Have them do that. And some dancing, and then that's how you can end the video with the Jedis and the space trooper Derpies. No heart and Derpies. Heart and Derpies makes it a sad Derpy video. You don't want dead Derpies.
The first time I finally got a spiral cut Dark Forest ham, the poor thing never made it to the kitchen table. We picked it apart right on the stove. Must have been a good ham.
Now, a ham is a pretty cheap way to feed a lot of people. It's just that you better have a lot of people to feed. Because otherwise you're going to be eating ham for the better part of a week. Family friend made it to 98 years old. He outlived 4 of his children. That's rough. And 1 wife, all the men he served with, and all but 1 member of the coffee club.
Yeah, that's why when they say, like, I want to live forever. No.
It's pretty much where my grandparents are right now.
It's hard enough having to survive like that, all the people you know, but then having to do it over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, it's kind of sad hearing from my grandparents because everyone they knew, with exception to I think one of my grandmother's brothers, have pretty much passed away, and they're it's just them now.
Yeah, I mean, what's like the best thing about friends and all that is sharing things together. But if once they're gone and you lose that, it like you could make new friends, but when you're older, you're nostalgic and you care about the things that you've had, not the things you could have.
Yeah, I'm eventually gonna have to upgrade to some younger friends. It's just once these ones start to like.
What are you talking about? You other than like maybe me and one other person.
I think it's just you. You're the only one who's older than me.
Yeah, probably.
So that makes you the old man.
I beat your mother.
Don't do that.
Let me put it that way.
I bet Michael outlives me. That would be hilarious, but everything about my aching, falling apart self says otherwise. The only thing that keeps me upright is aspirin and ibuprofen. If I didn't have that, I would have fallen over years ago. Alcohol's nice too. Because the one thing I'd still got going for me is a decent liver. See how long I can till I mess that up.
That's why you got to keep it exercised.
Yeah, gotta give it a workout.
Yeah.
Just derpies. You know what you should have doing, and I know I'm only semi joking on this. I'm not joking actually. I want this.
Make up your mind.
I know when I say it, you're gonna reject it because you think I'm just being stupid. But you know how the derpies are gonna be afraid of the Jedis?
No, they're gonna be. They're gonna have some people who be afraid. Yeah.
You should have two derpies like hugging and shaking. Like they're trying like. Yeah.
No.
Like no, please.
No, I was gonna probably have like one looking through a chair.
But they could be hugging and then like semi hiding.
Like where this derpy's butt is gonna be like they're gonna be looking through there.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I don't know, like I want to have a couple at a a video game like churn.
Does this happen? You say something?
Hmm.
You say something?
No.
I spaced out there for a minute.
Hold on, let's try this again. So
yeah,
Michael.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Michael, do you want money? Do you want money? This is
what? Are you gonna have the derpies hug or not? I want the derpies hugging, and then trying to because that would be super cute. You could have them hugging and looking at the
Michael.
Jedi and being all
Michael,
afraid.
there you go. Is this better?
Oh, what is that? She's gonna hurt somebody if she turns too quickly.
This isn't gonna hurt somebody. It has hurt somebody. It's canon.
It's adorable. Okay, chat, let's vote. Should the derpies hug and when they're scared of the Jedi? Like two of the derpies just grab onto each other for comfort? I think this would be a very good thing. Vote on your Nutella apps. No hugging. Nolan! Let's see, this is just you trying to hurt me again. We can have hugging derpies, guys. You know you want hugging derpies. Two derpies hugging each other would be the best thing in the world. And it fits in the context of the scene.
How?
Because they're afraid of the Jedis.
I know there's.
It's a good idea. It's like a solid 10 out of 10. It's the kind of stuff that people are going to talk about in the comment section, and you know it.
I like the Mega Mean scene more. I agree.
Bad kids. No, that's exactly. We do need to recreate the Scooby and Shaggy shakings, hugging each other. Use that for reference.
No, I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah. The problem is I just don't give a shit.
But it would be good. I would give you the $2 in my wallet. Yeah, see, it's bribing. I'm bribing now. Hug them with explosion. You guys are just mean. You know you're gonna watch this video 50 times. It's gonna be so cool with all the derpies. Live commissioning. Let's see what I got. I can bribe him. Aha! Right off the bat, $10 Wendy's gift card.
How about this? I will do it. I will 100% do it.
Okay.
For your debit card and your PIN number.
That's all my money.
I see what I'm gonna do with it.
How about this coupon that you gave me? For $10 off a liquor store.
10%, not even $10.
Well, if you will get $100 of alcohol.
What's the limit? Prayer limit.
This is one. I don't think there's a limit. So if you order like $1,000 of alcohol, they'll give you $100 for free alcohol, which still seems like a good deal on their part.
Kind of, but that location's kind of small. If you were getting just standard bottles of liquor, you could spend it pretty easy. If you're looking for anything like fancy or a craft, no, you can't. That place isn't that great for it. If you need a bottle of rum, it's pretty nice. I know where to go for the good craft stuff.
Look, you could have that $10 Wendy gift card could totally be yours.
What is this?
I don't know. I'm gonna give you could be important. No, that's how much.
I'll take this for dealing with your annoyance.
Do I get shaky derpies?
No.
Then I want it back.
For what?
What do you mean for what?
You're not gonna go to Wendy's.
I don't know. Would you go to Wendy's? Because if you did, you get $10 of free food if you just have the shaky derpy.
Did you have to think about what a gift card does?
Yes. Maybe. That's all I got. I got that in $2. That's my entire. That's everything. And that 10% off coupon. I'm not a rich man. I just really want shaky derpies.
Okay, so Derpy, I have Derpy kind of doing thing. I want to make it so she's kind of heading that way. So
you got to make him like get the shaky derpies, and then I'll give you the $10 Wendy's gift
The shaky
card.
derpies sounds like a medical condition.
No, they're scaredy derpies.
Ethan says they'll take that $10 gift card.
No, they have to get you to do the thing.
No, they'll just take it. For situations like this, I keep a prepaid debit card in my wallet with only 3 cents on it. I hate prepaid debit cards so much. I used to have a job where sometimes you get one. They had like different Christmas whatevers, all because it doesn't make any sense to me. You're paying an extra fee for money that you could have just given as money. Like. A gift card at least tries to show I know you like a place, so I'm giving it to you, so you have to go and enjoy it in some specific way. I still think gift cards are stupid, but at least for then, that case, it works out. Or if they have like a deal where, buy one, get one, so you save some money. But Visa gift cards, prepaid cards are so stupid. All I ever do with it as soon as I get them is I immediately throw it on Steam. I just put it in my Steam wallet because I don't want to be like, well, how much was left on this card? Oh, nope, I gotta split it. Nope, I just go on Steam and say $50. Boom.
Here, I got a gift card for $1,000. See?
Dude, isn't that the Quicken Loans?
Mm-hmm.
Is it $1,000? It's a gift card for $1,000 loan.
Off your loan.
Off your loan?
Yeah.
But I thought I want money. It expired a year ago.
Darn.
Why is it in your wallet?
Because I didn't realize it expired a year ago.
Also, why do you have a Quicken Loans card in your wallet?
Because I got my loan from my previous house from Quicken Loans.
Okay.
And I kept this on in case I ever needed a loan. Apparently it's expired now.
Yeah, it did. So you should get rid of it. Put it back in your wallet. You have so much useless crap in your wallet. Do you still have the free game of golf?
No, I got rid of that.
Okay, good.
I do have this
anyway, come to
BabsCon 20.
Oh, yeah, that's BabsCon too. Yeah, it was 2020. What? I can't. Okay, keeping it? Great. Why is it in your wallet?
Because Boney. It's in my wallet.
He's everything there. He never gets rid of anything. Do you still have?
I got 2 of them.
Okay, 2 things with that. 1, why do you have 2? 2, why did that surprise you?
Because I never looked through here.
I keep my wallet. I go through it like every 2-3 months and just clear out everything that I don't need. Before I go to conventions, I empty out anything that's non-essential. I'll remove like dental card, HSA cards, any gift cards for places that I don't expect to use. I remove all credit cards or anything except one. I'm not gonna chance losing more stuff than I need.
Pretty sure I picked up this Mad Munchkin card years and years and years ago. How much take my Wendy's gift card for cute hugs?
All right, I want to hear how this works with timing.
Who's that? Oh, that's my doctor. I'm never gonna call her. I did get a doctor here, and then I saw her once, and then I figured that was good enough forever.
I went to a doctor when I was like 23. Why would anything change before I die?
Yeah. Exactly.
Really, that is an accurate statement, other than the fact of delaying that death. But
yeah, death wins in the end.
It's okay. I got a witch doctor.
I called the witch doctor. He told me what to do.
Oh, no.
You got Mad Chipmunk singing it. That's the better.
Yeah, job where bonuses were paid out in Walmart debit cards. Several people who got bonuses, but their hours were cut. They were like, "How am I supposed to pay rent with Walmart card?" Actually,
gift cards aren't money
for people who don't have access to a credit card, debit card. Well, yeah, but still, money is money. Like, I don't know. I think gift cards are stupid. The only reason I could see that, like, maybe companies give them out is because if they have a deal with that company, they might be able to buy them at a discount, which then they're just saying, we want to give our employees great things, but we don't want to actually pay for it.
Yeah, or at the very least, we want them to make sure they spend their money here with us at Walmart. Also,
it could be that the purchase of a debit card or a prepaid card is in itself a write-off. So it's a single write-off for the purchase of all the cards. Then the giving of it is on you on taxes. So it could be that they're doing it because it just simplifies the financing side of things, maybe. Where if they give you cash, it's a little different. I don't know. Because technically, if your company gives you a $100 gift card, you owe the taxes on it. So, I mean, technically, if somebody gives you a $10 gift card for Christmas, you're supposed to pay the taxes on it. But that's ridiculous.
No reason to report anything that's below 500.
No, that number is completely arbitrary, and where you cannot point to a single place in anything that $500 exists.
Yeah,
it's just.
But they're never going to bother you about it.
But 500 isn't a limit.
It's like saying
it's literally you're creating a limit. There is no limit. If you get $1, you're supposed to pay.
It's a generally accepted safe bet.
But if you get audited, and they ask where that $500 came from.
Grandma.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still have to pay taxes on it.
I found it on the street.
You still have to pay taxes on it. If money that came to you from any place and that you didn't have before is taxable, it's income. Like finding money on the floor is income. So yeah, it's stupid, but it's pennies to the government. They don't care. But if you're doing it for thousands and thousands over years and years, that's fraud. So no, they're not going to go after grandma because she found a $10 bill on the ground. They're like tackling her with the FBI.
Just imagine it like, here you go, grandson. Here's a check for $20. Merry Christmas. And then the IRS agent just breaks down the door.
Like, here's your $20, but and your 1099 misc.
Oh no.
All right. Okay, grandma. I know you're a CPA. Okay, I
like the one Derpy who's not even paying attention.
I was like, you can't really see her, so I'm like, why should I care?
She's cute.
All right, I need to double check. Are any of these lights visible? This one? No. This one? No. This one? No. This one? No. This one? Yes. And this one? Yes. Okay, so I can get rid of these 4. Dehydrate. No, not. Oh, I'm 10 minutes over. I'm not giving you any. Like, no, I can't do a booze. Usually when we're at the end, because
he drank all the booze.
Well, you drank most of it.
No, I had. Well, no. Okay, we both had about the same amount.
And I had a beer.
And you had a beer.
I'm fine. No, I'm just gonna give you your points back.
I'm already no longer buzzed, so that's good.
I'll play with the lighting on that later. We are done for the night.
Passport out to.
What's the games on here? Super Meat. Oh, Super Meat sale. Wow, that's already 20% off.
Yeah, that's not super surprising.
Up to. Oh, okay. It's probably for the special edition. Mortal Shell, Code Vein. I tried that game. I played it for an hour and then I refunded it.
Oof.
I did not enjoy it. It's like trying to play an MMO by yourself, but more boring.
The fact that it's already 85% off is.
Oh no, that game's been out for years.
Oh, has it?
Yeah. Dredge, that actually looked interesting.
That the art style immediately.
It's like a looter fishing thing, but with a. I'm just gonna get okay. Some of the hydrates I can do, but I'm not a fish. So, but no, that was pretty good. And I think I already own that one. Okay. Let's go and see where to go. Hold on. Okay. I'm not doing any of the dehydrates. I'm just going to give you your money back on those.
I'll be right back to say goodbye.
Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let me. Okay. I did that 3 hours ago one. I did that. We did a bunch of these. Let's keep doing it. I'm just going to steal your points. Okay. 2 minutes ago. No. Oh my god. There, I'm gonna do that one. Cheers now. There, you can watch I'm consuming your points and blood jelly. All right, I almost choked on that one. All right. Who's on right now? Just Jin. Is it pterodactyl or a tetradactyl? What is a tetradactyl? Cheers, Seller. Like I don't know. Like tetra sounds like it's got like 5 sides or something. It's a pterodactyl. Yeah, Silver said it right because Silver's got Silver Smart. I do like petrodactyl. Now I'm saying it wrong too. Jesus Christ. But we can head over to wait, hold on, I gotta finish my water here. Anyways, we're gonna be back Friday, do some more Cheers Jelly. Working on this, and Saturday we are doing Jackbox. So do make sure to come by if you want us to do some Jackbox. And then Aerodactyl, it's a Pokemon, isn't it? Here, Jelly, I'm gonna do 1 hour. I'm out of water now, but good. I'm hydrated. You can have your points back. Is it like trying? I can't do that anymore. My lungs suck. That work? That actually kind of hurt. Why'd you make me do that? I'm blaming you. Whatever. I'm taking your points. Ha! All right, we're gonna head over to Jin. What is he doing? Oh, Fallout 76. Oh yeah, it's being able to do. Yeah, I used to have a friend that could do that voice like super loud. It's crazy. But anyways, thanks for guys for hanging out, and we'll see you maybe Friday. I'll try to get some work done on this. We were originally gonna do podcast tomorrow, but some RL stuff came up again, so we're gonna probably delay that till maybe next week. So don't expect any recordings for podcast tomorrow. Otherwise, thank you, Nolan and Legendary, for the bits. I very much appreciate it. Oh god, I put so much liquid in me. I haven't used the bathroom yet. Holy crap, I must be super dehydrated. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.